All right. Do you see me?
Not yet. I'll let you know
Not
when I
yet.
do.
Okay, dokies.
Yep, I see you
Yeah.
now.
All right.
All right,
Check
let's
our
check
sound.
our yes.
Sounds
All
good.
good.
Yes.
Hello.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Yay, we're on.
Happy Saturday to you too.
Yes, happy Saturday.
Thank you so much, Sarah. Sent a rose and a heart.
Aw, thanks, honey. Welcome, welcome.
Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome, welcome back.
All right. Is it busy enough for me to say hi?
Yes, you
I'm
can
going to
get
say hi
started.
anyway. Hello, everybody. My name is Rebecca Dragonheart, and I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing my work now for 31 years. Here on my live, we're going to do a Q&A session. So there's a few different ways to get your questions answered. As you guys already know, hit that like button. Every 40,000 likes, we do 5 free questions. And we'll go through how you can get a guaranteed question answered here on the live, okay?
All right. Hello, everyone. In order to get your questions answered and be put on the list, click the picture in the top left corner, click it again, and press the link in the bio. There you'll find the donate button. Click your donation amount and make sure to fill in all of your information. If you're having any issues making a donation, make sure to clear your cache and history in your TikTok settings. And as always, you can visit our live support in our link in bio. A $10 donation will get you a guaranteed question answered. $15 will get you 3 questions answered. $25 will get you 5 questions answered. And $50 will get you 10 questions answered. Also, as you all know, at the end of the live, we will be doing a giveaway for our top gifter, one of our subscribers on this live, and that includes any new subscribers, and a live audience member. So stick around until the end.
Mm-hmm.
And wow, thank you so much for all of those gifts, Anastasia.
Aw,
Welcome
thanks,
back.
honey.
We missed you too.
Aw.
All right, and we can get started here with 5 free questions from the comments. So feel free to start putting in some free questions, everyone. Please make sure to include your name with those.
Mm-hmm.
All right, our first question here is from Gabby. Gabby says, am I still on track to meet my forever person in May?
Yes, you are, honey. Yep. They just say just make sure that you are getting out of the house a lot in May, okay?
All right, our next question is from Christina, who says, will I be financially abundant and prosperous this year and the coming years?
So this year is the starting year for it. I would say you're not going to hit the number you're looking for this year, but you're getting close. And it looks like your abundance that you're asking for is about 5 years away, honey. But the work you do now is going to really build that up for you later, okay? Yeah.
All right, our next question is from Gabrielle L, who says, will DJ call me when he sees my message today?
I'm not getting a yes to that. Sorry, honey. Yeah.
All right, our next question is from Court. Court says, will Casey be the one I marry?
No, you have somebody else coming in, I hear. Yeah. Sorry, honey.
All right, and our last free question, just for the moment, is from K, Queen K, who says, was Levi hoping to see me last night?
I hear yes. Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much. Remember to keep on tapping that screen, and once we make it to 40,000 likes, we'll do another 5 free questions
That's
from the
right.
comments. You guys are amazing.
You always are.
And for those of you that are just joining us, in order to get your questions answered here on the live and be put on the list, click the picture in the top left corner, click it again, and press the link in the bio. There you'll find the donate button. Click your donation amount and make sure to fill in all of your information. If you're having any issues making a donation, make sure to clear your cache and history in your TikTok settings. And as always, you can visit our live support in our link in bio. Thank you so much, everyone. All right, let's go to our list here. Our first question is from Bianca Al. Welcome
Hey, Bianca.
back, who gets 5 questions.
Yay!
All right, Bianca's first question here is, hello, ladies.
Hi.
I just want to clear up Muhammad's feelings towards me in my Delulu head, lol. So he thinks of me often, has dreams about me, protects me, and gets nervous around me. Does that not make him fall in love with me? If not, can you explain what it is?
So it's hard to say that There are feelings. I would say not love yet because you guys even haven't had that connection that way at this point. It definitely does show that there is concern and care for you, but I wouldn't call that love yet. You guys haven't had an opportunity to really explore your feelings. So until you do that, there's no way for you to actually fall in love, right?
Her next question is, so the other day he came up to me and we had a little conversation.
Good.
What did he feel or think of our chemistry? I was smiling the whole time.
Yeah, I think he's very into you, honey. So that's good. I'm glad you guys finally had a nice conversation.
Her next question is, can you please tell me how the rest of February and March look like for me and Mohammed? Will he ask me out or we'll keep having conversations in the gym?
You'll definitely keep having conversations. I do hear that you will go out. It feels to me like it'll be like a coffee date or like a small lunch date at first. But yeah, you guys are going to start getting closer, I hear. Yeah.
Her next question is, have me and Mohammed had a relationship in our past lives? How come our souls recognize each other?
Well, that's exactly why. So we travel in groups. We call that like soul family or family that or people that we are with or souls that we are with continuously. With you and Muhammad, it does feel to me like it's still kind of a fresh connection, but I do hear that there have been a few past lives. So a handful of past lives together, not that soulmate connection where you've always been together. It's more like you've just kind of found each other and now are starting to experience lives together. Does that make sense?
All right, and her last question is, do you see him falling with me in the long run? How will he feel for me in the future? Thank you so much.
Yeah, I absolutely do hear that. He has been thinking about you a lot. So, he feels that chemistry between the two of you, and he feels as much drawn to you as you feel drawn to him, okay? So, it's definitely going to grow into something more, I hear.
Yeah. All right, thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
I'm going to go over our list here.
Okay.
So if you have donated to be on the list, just keep your ears open for your names.
Mm-hmm.
Also, thank you so much, Astrid and Nicole and Anastasia, for all of the gifts.
Oh,
and
thanks,
Sarah,
guys.
thank you.
Thank you so much, everybody.
All right. Next up on our list here is Sarah Miller.
Hello again.
Then Michelle Placencia.
Yay.
Then Diane Robles. Then Sandra Phelps. Then Anastasia Christie. Then Stephanie Flores. Then BP. Then Connie H., then Kayleen Rodriguez, then Alexis B., then Marie Loon Fortin, then Shelby Patry, then Haley Mendoza, then Cassandra Paris, then Emma Baker, then Marisol Fernandez, then Maya Bronow, and that's it for now.
All right.
Thank you all so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 1 second here.
For sure.
Our next question here is from Sarah Miller. Hello, Sarah. Welcome
Hi, Sarah.
back. She gets 5 questions.
All right.
Thank you so much. Her first question here is, happy Saturday, ladies.
Happy Saturday, honey.
You said that when Zach started to type but didn't send a message, he was going to say something about how he was feeling. What were his feelings he was going to share?
So it does feel to me like he wanted to open up, but decided that he wasn't comfortable enough doing that. So it really is about opening back up to you, honey. But it feels to me like there is so much resistance within him at this point. He's not allowing himself to express it. So it's his feelings for you, for the relationship, for the situation. He's doing a very poor job of trying to keep himself cut off and isolated from your connection. It really is about that, is what I hear. But he changed his mind.
Her next question is, when is it a good time to try to reach out to Zach again?
I'd give it at least a week. It feels to me like he's been pretty emotional with everything, with Valentine's Day and romance and all of that. So I would say don't reach out for at least a week. Yeah.
Her next question is, the last few days he has been even more quiet.
Mm-hmm.
What are his current thoughts and feelings?
Well, he's going through a lot internally. It does feel like he's been doing a lot of actual soul searching, which is, a first for him. He doesn't normally do that. He usually keeps that part of himself quiet. So it does feel like he's been thinking a lot about life and about the future and about what he's doing and how he's pursuing things is what it feels like. Yeah. That's why he's been quiet.
Her next question here is, with Zach and Jen spending Valentine's Day together, has her thoughts and feelings towards him and their relationship changed?
No, she's still in the same energy. I don't hear that it's any different. It feels to me like she's still in the same energy.
All right, and her last question here. Oh, she says, "Happy Saturday. Donate."
Oh, yay.
Thank
Thanks,
you so
Sarah.
much. All right, let's give Sarah a big thank you. She's giving away her last question here to one of you in the comments. How wonderful.
Very good.
All right, the first one I see here is from Nicole. Thank you so much for the roses, Nicole.
Yes, thank you, honey.
She says, "Tyler's thoughts/feelings towards me."
So Tyler feels a bit complicated. There are some really good thoughts and feelings, but then there is a bit of, we'll say, a caution energy. So not that I'm not interested or that I'm not into it. It's just I'm very cautious is what it feels like. Okay. And it does feel to me like it stems from past relationships. So just give it a bit of time is what I hear. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Sarah, for donating that question. Also, thank you so much, Vanessa and Sarah, for the gift.
Oh, thank you so much, you guys.
All right. Our next question here is from Michelle Placencia.
Hello again,
Michelle.
honey.
She gets 10 questions.
Oh my goodness. Yay.
Your timestamp was 11:11.
Oh, I love it. Make a wish.
All right. Michelle's first question here. She says, "Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, honey.
Nice to see you, ladies."
You too.
In one of the email questions, you said, "I hear it's 2 months away from the attention you're wanting from him. Can you please elaborate?" I asked because in a previous live you mentioned we would see each other in 3 weeks.
So you will see each other. The attention meaning the openness to you, honey. The being receptive and also giving back the same attention that you're asking for. It's gonna still take a bit for that. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, "Valentine's Day was slightly a hard day for me. Did Fernando think of me?"
Yes, you did come up.
Right. Her next question is, "What is the current energy between Fernando and I?"
So I would say for you, you're a little closer to him than he is to you. However, he does feel open, honey. So I don't get that sense that like that door is completely closed or anything like that. It just feels to me like you're a little bit more open and receptive than he is. Yeah.
Her next question is, "Has he been physically intimate with someone else recently?"
I'm not seeing like I see touching. Yes. I don't see full on like in bed together. So not, I guess I'm not going to use the word just because we're all live, but not in bed. We'll leave it like that.
All right. Her next question is, "Can you explain a little more about your answer to my email question about the dream I had where there was longing between us, but we were surrounded by other people and couldn't act on our feelings?"
Yeah. So it's really what's going on right now. So he is very much influenced by other people. So his friends, his family, people in his life, he really is influenced by them. The dream itself was representing that, barrier between the two of you where you don't get to express or have the experiences that you want because there's so many people energetically involved. He may not talk about the situation with them, but they still tend to energetically get in the way. So it's just your subconscious is mind working through that energy so that you can move beyond it.
Her next question is, "Yesterday I was feeling a bit down about this whole situation with Fernando. Can you give me some hope?"
Yeah, honey, I don't want you to feel that way because, with Fernando, you guys have had that hot and cold on and off a lot. And it does feel to me like that's a bit of a pattern for the two of you, but it's not forever is what I hear. So it's not like that's going to be always the case, until Fernando starts to, we'll say, mature and grow up a little bit. It's not going to change completely, but he is going to gradually get there to the point where he is open and receptive to you the way that you want him to be. Okay. So it just takes a bit of time.
Her next question is Fernando still thinking of reaching out?
Oh, he still thinks about it a lot. Yeah. Yeah. And I do hear that it's not totally crazy for you to reach out. So if you want to just say, "Hi, thinking about you. Hope you're having a good day or have a good weekend," or something, something casual and not too intense, right?
Her next question is, "How is Fernando feeling about me?"
So he doesn't feel bad towards you. It doesn't feel to me like there's any negative energy. It feels more, I would say, a bit resistant, but also drawn to you at the same time. So it's like, I think about you. I can't stop thinking about you is what I hear. But I'm also very resistant to, I will say for him, he finds you sometimes a bit overwhelming because you do have, when you're with him or whenever you guys are interacting, you're always at the end game instead of just enjoying the moment and being in the moment. So you're always thinking about what the future is going to hold, and he can feel that vibration. Okay. So that affects him and impacts how he is going to react with you. So what I do here is he thinks about you quite often, but he does have a little bit of resistance when he thinks about you because he knows that if he gives you a little, it sometimes gets taken too far for him. Okay.
Her next question is, I've been listening to frequencies and journaling a lot
Great.
lately, but I've also cried more lately. How am I doing energy-wise? Is the door still very much open for the
Yeah.
connection?
It's still open, honey. And it's good that you're doing the journaling because this is going to help you to clear out your anxiety and your worry about things. Frequencies are definitely very helpful, but you have to have a certain intention set while you're working with that energy. Okay. So it's not just a matter of like listening to it and it's going to make everything happen. You really do have to still do the work with it and you have to have intention set with it. Okay. Yeah. The journaling is going to help you immensely, I hear.
All right, and her last question, she says, thank you for all the guidance. It's been getting me through lately. Please donate.
Aw, you guys.
All right, let's give Michelle a big thank you. She's
Thank you so
giving
much,
away
honey.
her last question here to
All
one
right.
of you in the comments. All right, the first one that I see here is for Bonnie. Bonnie says, do I have romance coming?
So it's about 8 months away, but yes, you do.
All right, thank you so much. And thank you again, Michelle, for giving away that
Yes,
question.
honey.
All right, there is now 10 minutes left to donate, everyone. 10 more minutes left to get on the list. If you would like to get on the list and get your questions answered, click the picture in the top left corner, click it again, and press the link in the bio. There you'll find the donate button. Click your donation amount and make sure to fill in all of your information. If you're having any issues making a donation, make sure to clear your cache and history in your TikTok settings. And as always, you can visit our live support in our link in bio. And again, that's 10 minutes left to donate. Also, remember to keep on tapping the screen, everyone. You guys are doing a great job so far. Once we make it to 40,000 likes, we will be doing 5 free questions from the comments.
That's right.
Also, thank you so much, Jen, for the gifts. You're awesome.
Thank you, honey.
All right, back to our list here. Our next question is from Diane Robles.
Hey,
Hello,
honey.
Diane. She gets 5 questions.
Sounds good.
Welcome back.
Yes.
All right, Diane's first question here. She says, hi, Rebecca.
Hi, honey.
Went on Instagram. I thought Mike and Lindsay were nothing serious, but for Valentine's Day, she posted he got her flowers and dinner at her house. How long will they last?
I don't hear that this is a serious connection, so it doesn't feel to me like it's something that you need to worry about. It feels to me short. Yeah.
Her next question is, Mike never bought me flowers or took me on a date the way he is doing to her. Why is he trying with Lindsay but didn't do this with me?
So with her, it feels to me like it's almost it's demanded with her. With you, you were okay with not having those things, and so the effort was not necessarily given. I hear also Mike took you for granted quite a bit.
Her next question is, Mike hasn't viewed any of my socials again. How, now that he is busy with her, is there any way he is going to reach out to me? When?
I do hear he will look at your socials again. So I do want to say that is going to happen. It doesn't feel to me like you guys are going to reconnect for until around April is what they're saying. So it's still a bit away, but keep your energy positive and keep yourself in the right place. Okay.
Her next question is, what can you tell me about their relationship? Is it just for fun or what is going on?
It feels very casual to me. I don't get the sense that the two of them are very serious. So it feels casual. They have fun together for sure, and they do a lot of stuff outside of the home space for the most part, but it's casual is what it feels like.
All right, and her last question is, last one, anything you can tell me for Mike and I, what you see between us, if anything will come up within the next few months with him and I?
So I do hear that you two will talk. There is a lot of energy between the two of you still. It has not completely dissipated. So I do hear for you, it isn't something that you have a lot of energy to resolve, basically, is what they're trying to say. So you two have conversations still needing to happen, and you still need to work through some of the feelings. And I do get the sense with him that he likes things to be light and easy. He doesn't like it to be serious, and he just doesn't do well with heavy expectations. So just keep it light and easy when you are interacting and engaging with him, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. That is it for Diane.
All right.
Our next question here is from Sandra Phelps.
Hello again,
Sandra.
honey.
She gets 5 questions.
Okay.
Here. Welcome back. All right. Sandra's first question is, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
The first 2 questions are more clarifier questions.
Okay.
So you said things are going to snowball in the next couple of months. What should I be doing to prepare for that, if anything, and how can I focus on the positive?
So I think for you more than anything, it's just not getting dragged away with the energy. So whenever things are happening around you, you've heard the statement, you can't control the storm, you can only control yourself. So just control yourself and don't get pulled into the energy of what's happening around you. And it just feels to me like there's a lot going to be going on and you don't necessarily need to be involved. Okay? So keeping your focus, keeping positive mind frame, feeling good, just focusing on your needs and your future, and not getting carried away with the energy and the momentum around you. Okay.
Her next question is, on my energy, can I push away going to court with my ex if I stop putting energy into it?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So with your ex, what I find with that energy, it's sometimes very, very intense, and there's a very pushy vibration, and then all of a sudden it just goes away. So with your ex, if you're not focusing on them, I hear that he will go away, and it will be for a little while, and then he comes back. So yes, absolutely. Just if you ignore that vibration and that energy, it will dissipate. Okay. So don't, and I would say also do some removal of energy. So not the cord cutting. I've talked about this before, but go in. I hear with you, it's on the right side in the front is where I hear that the connection still is. And probably because you guys still have a lot in to work out. So go into a nice meditative state, visualize almost like a vacuum hose right here on the right side, take it out, put it up into source. The more your ex is getting energy from source, the least amount of energy is taken from you. So it's really important to get that kind of resolved. Okay.
Her next question is, will there be any repercussions for not going to work on Monday?
Yes. Yes. I hear there will be.
Her next question is, do you see me moving to Port Orchard in June still?
Yeah. I still hear that that's in alignment for you.
And her last question is, shouldn't I be concerned about my job? As always, thank you and have a wonderful day.
So, I mean, I'm going to say this, the more energy you put into being concerned, the more reason it's going to be an issue. So I would say be open, be honest, be aware, just don't get pulled into it's a lot of politics is what I hear. So just don't get pulled into that. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Sandra.
Yeah.
That's it for her.
Okay.
All right, and there is about 2 minutes left to donate,
goodness.
everyone. 2 more minutes left to get on the list. Again, if you would like to get on the list and get your questions answered, click the picture in the top left corner, click it again, and press the link in the bio. There you'll find the donate button. Click your donation amount and make sure to fill in all of your information. If you're having any issues making a donation, make sure to clear your cache and history in your TikTok settings. And as always, you can visit our live support in our link in bio. And again, that is about 2 minutes left to donate, everyone. Thank you so much, Amber, for the heart. Welcome back.
Hi, honey.
All right, our next question here is from... One second here. I'm going to read out the list, everyone. So if you have donated to be on the list, I will do that now. Just keep your ears open for your names. All right, next up on our list is Melissa Bray, then Sabrina Johnson. One moment here. After Sabrina is Anastasia Christie, then Stephanie Flores, then BP, then Connie H, then Kayleen Rodriguez, then Alexis B, then Marie Loon Fortin, then Shelby Patry, then Haley Mendoza, then Cassandra Paris, then Emma Baker, then Marisol Fernandez, then Maya Bronow, then Shuna Norton, then Michelle Guzman, then we have Whitney Ashford, then Melissa G, then Olia Walsh, then Alexis Scott, then Amber Lee, then Sadeshni Tracy, then Mariah Meredith. Sorry if I said that wrong. After Mariah is Stephanie McGren, then Kimber Pell, then Jen Williams, then James Wooding, then Whitney Ashford, then Gabriella Griggs, then Ariel Lutjens, then Grace S, then Jassa Harris, then Marina Duarte, then Freddie A, then Kelly C, then Carmen F, then Vanessa H, then Katrina Gant, then Rachel Phillimore, and that is it for now.
Okay.
All right, and this is your last minute left to donate, everyone. Last minute left to donate. All right, our next question here is from Melissa Bray.
Hello, Melissa.
Melissa gets 5 questions here.
Okay.
Thank you so much and welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Melissa's first question is, "Hi girls,
Hi.
I'm letting the whole John thing go, I think is what she meant to say. Was
Uh-huh.
just curious to know what his lesson was with me."
So, what he missed out on, I'm going to say, because the lesson really was to be open and receptive and allow love into his life. So that's what he missed out on. And that was what you were going to teach him, was how to be open and receptive to receiving love. Yeah.
All right, Melissa's next question is, "Why wasn't he open? Did he feel the connection?"
So I hear for him, there was a lot of baggage. There was a lot of baggage, and he is accustomed to running. It feels like he's very afraid of commitment and very accustomed to running.
All right, her next question is, "Has he been thinking about me? If so, what?"
I would say no, not so much anymore, honey. It really feels to me like the only thing that ever really comes up for you guys is that regret of how he treated you. But he's embarrassed at this point, so he doesn't know how to make that not an issue anymore.
All right, her next question is, "General in love for me?"
So love is coming. And it does feel to me like you are starting to shift yourself in the right vibration so that you can receive the proper love. Sometimes what ends up happening is we get entangled with the wrong energy, and it shows us exactly what we're ready for. And I really hear for you, that's what happened in this situation. So you are now ready for it to come in. And it does feel to me like there's still a little bit of fear that you want to work through, so that the fear is that you're afraid you're going to attract somebody who's not interested. Okay. So you've got to work through that vibration. You've got to work through that energy, journal it, work through it through meditation, and really heal that part of yourself, honey. Okay.
All right, her next question here is, "General for me and my kids, Aaron and Danielle." Thanks, girls.
Yeah. So this year does feel to me like it's very forward energy. So it does feel to me very positive. I get the sense that things are going to start getting easier. You've struggled a lot over, they're saying the last 3 years have been really hard for you. That seems to be changing later on this year. So August is a very pivotal month for you and the family. And it does look like there is a significant shift in things, making things easier is what I hear by August. Yeah.
All right, that's it for Melissa here. Thank you
Okay.
so much. And 1 second here.
Okay.
Also, thank you so much, Amber, Sarah, and Linder, for all of the gifts. You guys are great.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And Melissa said, "Yes, you're spot on." Thanks, girls.
Good.
All right. And that is it now for our list here, everyone. So we are now going to be closing our list for this live. Don't worry if you've already donated, you will still be answered on the live. However, we will not be taking any more new donation questions to be added to the list. Thank you so much, Carrie, for the rose.
Oh,
Yes,
thanks, honey.
All right. And email questions are available through the link in the bio if any of you want to get your questions answered that way. But again, we will not be taking any more new donation questions to be answered on the live. We're just finishing off everyone who has already donated.
Yes.
All right. Also remember, everyone, to keep on tapping the screen. You guys are more than halfway to our like goal. You're doing such a great job. Let's keep on tapping. And once we make it to 40,000 likes, we will do another 5 free questions from the comments. Thank you so much. Thank you, Zaria, for the gifts.
Oh, thank
Welcome
you.
back. All right, back to our list here. Our next question is from Sabrina Johnson. Hello, Sabrina.
Hey, Sabrina.
Welcome back. Sabrina gets 5 questions. Thank you so much. Her first question here is, 1 second here. All right, Sabrina's first question is, "Hi, Rebecca and B. I'm still waiting to hear back the decision from work. My question is, do you feel that my chief questioned internal affairs as to why the lead detective talked about the way I dressed because it was inappropriate?"
Oh, definitely is inappropriate. So what is the exact question?
She says, "Do you feel that my chief questioned internal affairs as to why the lead detective talked about the way she dressed?"
Yeah.
All right, her next question is, to piggyback off of the last question, do you think a part of my chief's decision to let me stay is because he's nervous of the consequences of letting me go due to how badly I was treated, the lack of evidence, and internal affairs trying to make things stick to make me look guilty, even going as far as lying?"
Absolutely. And he knows that it is a pretty serious situation, and he knows that there isn't anything to validate or hold any of what's been said or done. So he knows that it is a very, we'll say, precarious situation, and that it is dangerous to be playing with that. Definitely.
All right. Her next question is I always felt being a cop and then dedicating my life to solving murders was my calling. Everything that's happened over the last year has crushed me and made me question if the universe is trying to push me to do something else. Do you feel this career is my calling?
I hear that this is still your calling, honey. You know, just because something happens in that situation, that's other people's stuff that just you kind of got swept up with. So it isn't saying that you're not supposed to be doing it. It's more of just with your conduct with the people involved, just keep yourself separate from that. Don't let them take your dream, basically, is what I hear. Sometimes these things can happen to really reinforce what your dream is as well, right? So it just depends on how you look at it. I don't get the sense that you're not supposed to do it. It definitely feels like you're supposed to be a police officer.
Her next question is Joey applied for a temporary position at Home Depot till he can go back to work for the department. Do you see him getting the position?
Yeah, I hear that he will. Yeah.
All right, and her last question is I still haven't heard from my chief. Do you see it happening soon? He had said a couple of days, but it's been way more. I hope that's a good thing.
It is a good thing. You know, the thing is with your chief, he's not sure how to go forward with things. And so it is a very serious situation. I do hear you'll hear from them next week. So it will be resolved, I hear.
All right. Thank you so much. That is it for Sabrina.
Okay.
Please keep us posted.
Yes, definitely.
Our next question here is from Anastasia Christie. Welcome
Hello
back.
again.
Who gets 5 questions.
All right.
Anastasia's first question is Hey, Rebecca, we missed you.
Oh, I missed you too, honey.
She says, I want to share with your audience a great phrase included in one of your email reading responses. What is meant to be doesn't need you to make it happen. She says, do you think Billy and me were meant to be, or because of my desire to be with him, I changed things so we will end up reconnecting, although it was not in the cards for us?
So what I hear with you and Billy is, the first time around, it was a bit too much. The energy was too intense. And so there was a lot that built up. I do get the sense that at first you guys were not meant to be a connection. So it was more of there's a lesson sometimes with people, and it was more of a lesson is what I hear. So that was the intention originally when the two of you were together, was for you to learn something and for Billy to learn something. And then that was supposed to dissolve. Now, our desires 100% do affect whether somebody's going to come back in or not come back in. So depending on how you're holding your vibration, you can either push them away or you can pull them in. We always have control over that.
All right. Our next question is will Billy first approach me by sending me a friend request on Instagram and then a DM, or calling or texting?
It feels to me more like it's not necessarily a friend request, but it's definitely interaction through the phone. So they show me the phone. It feels to me like it's either a text or a DM, that type of situation. So it is through your phone, not calling. It's texting type thing.
Her next question is I asked last night yet again for another sign for him to appear in my dreams, but he did not. So upset with myself because I really know we are going to reconnect, but at the same time, I am afraid he has forgotten about me because it's been so long. So him not appearing in my dream last night is related to your email response about forcing this connection?
Yes. Yeah. So, when you don't get a certain answer, honey, sometimes we have to meditate on that. So what I would recommend for you is to ask your guides through meditation more so than through your dreams to give you some clarity on the situation. So get into a meditative state and ask them to come forward with some information for you. But I would say that you don't want to ever force a situation. You don't want to ever force a connection because it's never going to work out or not going to be a happy thing for you. It might be something you think you want, but you don't necessarily want, if that makes sense.
Her next question is you said that after a few months of us talking and seeing each other, we will be in a relationship. Will he ask me in the traditional way, meaning will he open up about his feelings for me?
So what I hear with the two of you is it starts out very, very much, you're reconnecting. I don't get the sense that he's going to be like, hey, I want to be my girlfriend. I don't get that sense at all. It feels more like you guys just start talking and you do start having interactions with each other. What your guides say is be in the moment when it's happening and don't get too intense, because with him, when you get a little too serious too fast, it scares him. It pushes him away. So he wants things to be nice and fun and light and energized and not intense and serious. Okay. So I don't get that he'll sit and have a serious conversation with you because he just isn't that type of person. He likes things to be fun and light and relaxed.
All right, and her last question is, because we live 2 hours away from each other, how do you see us coping with this when in a relationship? I work remote, so if things get serious, I would be happy to relocate where he lives, but he has to ask me and be serious about it.
Yeah, and I wouldn't make that decision until it is something serious anyways, because then that's just, you're putting yourself at risk really of things not working out, and you're moving your whole life for that. So I wouldn't do that anyways. What I would say for you is that again, it's staying open and receptive, and communication is key, right? So when you guys do start talking again, just make sure that you stay open and receptive to being in communication. It may be that you are going to have to do a lot of video calls and telephone calls, but I mean, you guys will be fine, I hear.
All right, thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
Our next question here is from Stephanie Flores. Welcome
Hello,
back,
honey.
who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Stephanie's first question here is, I've been worried about my upcoming LSAT exam. Will I score my goal of 175 on the first try?
So I'm not getting a yes for the 175. It looks like not on their first try, honey, but I do hear you don't, like, they keep saying just relax. You don't need to be stressing out the way that you are. Yeah. So you will pass, it looks like, but it does feel to me like it's a bit of a struggle. Yeah.
Her next question is, will I have another baby? When? Gender?
I'm not hearing yet. So they're saying it's about 3 years from now for you. It doesn't fall into alignment until then is what they're showing. And I see pink, so little girl. Yeah.
All right. And her last question is, will I successfully become a lawyer? What area of law?
So I do hear, yeah. They're showing real estate law. So I'm not sure if you've thought about that, but real estate law is what they're showing me. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
That's it for her.
All right.
Our next question here is from BP.
Hello
welcome
again.
back.
Mm-hmm.
Who gets 10 questions?
Oh my goodness.
Yay!
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
All right, BP's first question is, I've been feeling his showing his caring for me more lately. Is he feeling better about us for commitment?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, what I feel with him is he's starting to get more open with you in that way for sure. Yeah.
Her next question is, I'd assume he's never thought about he and I having a baby together in the future. I feel I've decided closing the door, which saddens me.
He definitely hasn't thought about that yet, honey, but you guys are still at that rekindling stage. So I wouldn't say that that door is closed forever, but he hasn't thought about it, I would say.
All right, her next question is, will he call today or just come by for us to go out of town today, or it moved until tomorrow or not at all anymore?
So I still hear, no, they still say it's a Saturday here. So I still hear, yeah. You will be contacted via phone first, I hear. So he's not just going to show up. Yeah, but be ready. Yeah.
Her next question is, does he feel the energy is good with us, or did he feel some type of way because I didn't call him yesterday and only a text? I don't want him to not go out of town because of that.
So I don't get any kind of negative because you texted him. You two are very busy people, and sometimes texting is better for him. So I don't get that sense that he's upset or worried or stressed about the fact that you just texted. So I wouldn't worry.
Her next question is, I really want to tell him how his having a baby affected me, though we weren't together, and also how I feel about Desiree and his energy due to the baby. When will it be a good time to tell him? I'm so angry at him now than usual, and the animosity is building.
Yeah, I wouldn't talk about it right now because you guys are still in that fresh stage of getting close. You've got to really wait until you guys are in a more secure relationship, and it's gonna be okay to talk about it, but not yet is what your guides say. Okay, if you bring it up now, and it's okay that you have the feelings, honey, but if you guys you'll fight, and that fight will end up putting a wedge between the two of you. So it's really not recommended by your guides. Okay, so not yet. Just give it a bit of time.
Her next question is, though things have improved and feel better, I've been finding myself being impatient lately. I'm afraid that we won't be committed by first half of this year. After that, I'll be forced to just give up. Any good news on that not happening?
Yeah, so what I would say with you is don't get so caught up on it has to be this time and this date, and don't get so caught up on that, honey. Just be in the relationship and enjoy the connection the two of you have. The more enjoyment and joy and fun and fulfillment you're having, the closer you guys get. So focus on that. Don't worry so much about, you guys getting married and having kids and it getting serious, because that's not the point. That's not relative. What's relative is that you're enjoying yourself when you're with each other, that you're keeping things fun, exciting. You guys have great chemistry. So just enjoy that aspect of things and keep that momentum going, because the more you're in that alignment, the more you get more of that. Okay.
All right. Her next question is, when we are on the phone, he now tells me when Desiree is calling on the other line in regard to the baby, which he didn't used to do that before. He just said he had to go. What's the reason now?
Well, it's because he's starting to show you that he trusts you and that he cares about you, honey, and your opinion and your being affected by is important to him. So he is really genuinely opening up to you. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, does James currently give Desiree rides places since he's moved?
No. I don't get that he does that.
Her next question is, you heard she sometimes stays a bit at his house when dropping the baby off. Are she and James back talking in a romantic flirty way, or is she staying with him again? There should be no reason why she stays there.
No, it doesn't feel to me like there's any kind of like romantic connection there, honey. It doesn't feel that way. When I say stays, I don't mean like staying overnight. It's like they'll have a brief conversation or they'll talk for a little bit and then she does leave. It's not a sleepover or staying over or anything like that. It's just that sometimes it's like drop the baby and go. Sometimes it's drop the baby, have a conversation and go. Okay. But it's not like she's there all night.
All right, and her last question is, handsome men have been hitting on me, lol. I declined exchanging contacts with these men. However, it's a bad feeling, wondering if I'm passing these offers and James never comes with commitment, or he's still in Desiree's energy, and I want to get back at him. Or is it a test of my loyalty?
It's totally a test. So here's the thing. You guys are in a good place and things are moving along the right way. And so it is you testing your resolve. It's you bringing in that, you have a certain appeal that is happening right now, and you already have somebody who's in your life that is important and is fulfilling that role. And so there's an aspect of yourself that wants to test whether you're really there or not. So it's you that's testing yourself. But yeah, I hear, don't give up on that situation between you and James, honey, because it is getting to the point where the two of you are going to be a lot closer. Okay. You're already overcome so much. So don't throw that away. Okay. And there is no good reason to try to get back at him because he's starting over with you. It's not like things are like he's keeping count of things that have happened before. He really is genuinely starting over with you. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
And I see we've made it to 40,000 likes. Great job, everyone. All right. Before we go to the 5 free questions, I'm just going to quickly go over our list here. But feel free to start putting in your questions, everyone. All right. Next up on our list is Connie H., then Kayleen Rodriguez, then Alexis B., then Marie Loon Fortin, then Lisa Vaughn, then Shelby Patry, then Haley Mendoza, then Cassandra Paris, then Emma Baker, then Marisol Fernandez, then Maya Bronau, then Shuna Norton, then Michelle Guzman, then Whitney Ashford, then Melissa G., then Olia Walsh, then Alexis Scott, then Amber Lee, then Sideshni Tracy, then Mariah Meredis, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, then Stephanie McGren, then Kimber Pell, then Jen Williams, then James Wooding, then Whitney Ashford, then Gabriella Griggs, then Ariel Luntjens, then Grace S., then Jassa Harris, then Marina Duarte, then Freddie A., then Kelly C., then Carmen F., then Vanessa H., then Katrina Gant, then Rachel Phillimore, then Vicky Woodward, then Tracy M., then Connie H., then Michelle Placencia, then Tiffany Soto, then Sandra Phelps, then Paula Watkins, then Jen W., then Maria Kilule, then Kimber Pell, then Shelly J., and that is it. Thank you all so much.
All right.
All right, and now it is time for 5 free questions. Yay, great job, everyone.
Good job, everybody. Yes.
You guys are awesome tappers. All right. Our first free question here is from Taylor, who says, does Josh have romantic feelings for me?
I hear starting. So there are feelings that are starting to happen. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Our next free question here is from let's see here. Taikisha. Hi,
Hey,
Taikisha. Thank you
Takesha.
so much for the gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
She says, is Diego's tax refund going to his account and not someone else's account?
Yeah, it's going to him, I hear. Mm-hmm.
All right. Our next question is from Maria. Maria says, is it time to move on from Mike?
So I don't get a yes. What I hear is there is a space between you and this individual, but it doesn't feel like it is door closed. So I'm seeing that there is some time apart needed, but not necessarily completely shut off. Okay.
All right. Our next question here is from Alessia, who says, should I reach out to Luca today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't get resistance there. Totally open to it, they say.
Do you see today or tomorrow?
Yeah, but you could do it today.
All right. And our last free question here, just for the moment, is from Ashley. Hello, Ashley.
Hi.
Who says, is Zach trying to figure out how to tell me he wants us to start over?
I would say that it definitely is part of Zach's thought process. The words are not easy to find, though, I will say. So you might need a little assistance with that. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mhm.
That's it for our 5 free for now, everyone. Thank you again. You guys are amazing.
You are amazing. Absolutely.
Our next like goal for 5 more free questions is 80,000 likes. I'm sure we'll get there in no time. All right. Also, thank you again, everyone who has been tapping and who has been sending gifts. You guys are amazing.
Yes, you are.
All right. Also, remember our list is closed for this live, everyone, so we're not taking any more new donation questions to be added to the list. However, email questions are available through the link in the bio if any of you want to get your questions answered that way. Thank you so much, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Back to our list here. Our next question is from Connie H.
Hey,
Hello,
Connie.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Connie gets 10 questions.
Oh, my goodness.
Yay! All right. Connie's first question, she says, Happy Saturday.
Happy Saturday, honey.
What is causing the rash I keep getting?
So it looks like it's a sensitivity. They're showing me, check the soap you're using with washing your bedding specifically is what I'm hearing. So check what you're using. Maybe switch it out is what I get. Yeah. So it's an allergy.
Connie's next question is, am I developing new allergies?
Yep.
Rice?
No, it's your cleaner is what I'm hearing. Yep.
Her next question is, what feelings is Levi experiencing towards us? Fear?
Yeah, there is a little bit of fear, but I will say, when you come up in Levi's mind, definitely still receptive to you. So definitely does think about you in a positive light, physically as well, I hear. But there is a bit of fear. Yeah.
Her next question is, why isn't he communicating?
He's not very good at his feelings. I'm going to say it like that. So discussing or being interactive when he's overly dialed up, so his feelings are really intense right now, or there's a lot going on, and so when I'm really emotional, it's hard for me to communicate is what I hear.
Her next question is, do I wait for him to reach out or should I?
I would reach out. If you wait for him, it's going to take a while. If you reach out, it's faster.
Her next question is, when will we spend face-to-face time together?
So they're saying in March, so it's right around the corner. Yeah.
Her next question is, if I spend time with Robbie, is this going to delay us further?
Absolutely will. Yeah, anytime that you split your energy with somebody else, that will push away what is meant to happen, for sure. Yeah.
Her next question is, what do my guides need me to hear?
I think for you more than anything, there's a little bit of leftover, we'll say, relationship energy in you that isn't conducive or helpful to you moving on in a healthy environment with your relationships. So what I would recommend and what they're saying is get into a nice meditative state and ask them to show you the relationships that you still need to heal from. It's really that simple. Once you've worked through that, you will then be open and receptive to starting fully with a clean slate with Levi, is what I hear. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. And she is donating her last 2 questions.
Nice.
Thank you so much,
Aw,
Connie.
honey.
All right, let's give Connie a big thank you. 2 of you get a free question because she's giving away her last 2.
You guys are so great.
All right. The first one that I see here is from Alejandra, who says, "Do you know my person's name?"
So I'm not getting the name. It's like it's a P. It's a PA name is what I see. So they're showing me PA. Yeah.
All right. And our other free question here is from, let's see here. Thank you so much, everyone. From Jessica, who says, "How did Nigel feel about the Valentine's Day letter I wrote him?"
Actually, it was received well, I hear. So it did make Nigel think, is what I hear. But it was positive. It feels, yeah, it was received well.
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Connie, for donating those last
So
2
much,
questions.
honey.
You're amazing.
Yes.
Also, thank you so much, Kay, for the gifts. You're
Aw,
so sweet.
thanks, guys.
Your little fairy wings.
Aw.
All right. Our next question here is from Kayleen Rodriguez.
Hey, Kay.
Who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Kay's first question here is, "Hi, Rebecca.
Hi,
and Dee.
honey.
Good morning. I hope you're both well."
You too, honey.
She says, "I wanted to say thank you for answering my email questions. I do have a few more to ask to get a clearer understanding of the situation."
Okay.
She says, "I attempted to call Butterfly LCSW, but didn't hear back. Should I move on and find another position instead, or try to reach out again? I don't want to let go of this opportunity, but I need work ASAP, and timing is of the essence."
Right. I do hear keep looking. However, I do get you don't want to let that go completely. So contact them anyways. So try to connect, and you can still keep looking is what I hear. It's not going to take away from you finding your work if you keep looking is what I hear. But it does feel to me like they're not as quick as you need them to be. Okay. So it does feel to me like it's going to take a little bit of time, but I would reach out again. I wouldn't shut that door.
Her next question is, "Can you tell me when I will find my next job position and if it'll be in mental health or another field? If I choose to move on to another job or if it's time to?"
No, you should still be working through the mental health. It feels to me like it's starting in March. So I'm not getting that you're going to be starting right away. So I hear for you, it's like beginning part of March, you're working, no problem. Things are good. Yeah. But it is in mental health, they say.
All right, and her last question is, "When will I find my next apartment? Is it alone or with my brother? Just trying to understand my next steps. Thank you again so much, Rebecca and B. You two are awesome."
So I do get the sense that you are going to have a roommate. So I am leaning more towards it being with your brother. It does feel to me like that's kind of a better solution in the long run for you. Okay? Yeah. It just makes things, I mean, financially easier, obviously, when you have more than one person.
All right, thank you so much. That is it for Kay.
All right.
And thank you so much, Amber, for the fairy wings.
Oh, thanks,
So
guys. Yeah, cute.
Our next question here is from Alexis B.
Hi,
Hello,
Alexis.
who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Her first question here is, "Hi, ladies.
Hi.
Rebecca, do you still hear pregnancy in April or has that shifted?"
No, I still hear it. So there's still an energy floating around you, honey, waiting to come in. Yeah, it's still there.
Her next question is, "Are there ways I can influence / help the energy of Hakeem finding his healing sooner, or is it something only he can do on his own?"
So no, absolutely, we can always help people with their healing. What I hear is, for Hakeem, it's something that has to be dealt with by myself, but energetically on your end, what I would do is sit with like a crystal, and I hear for him rose quartz. So sit with a piece of rose quartz in your hand and visualize that feeling that it feels like to hold a piece of rose quartz, wrapping him up in that, because that's going to help with the self-love and self-healing for him. It's your intention to help him find his way. And so that's what you're going to do. You're going to get into a nice meditative state and send that vibration. I'm sending you this intention to help you find your way. That's really all you can do. It's a way of sending remote healing without being right there with them. Okay.
All right, and her last question is, she says, "Thanks as always, ladies. Can I email my last question,
Sure.
please?"
Sure.
All right, thank you so much, Alexis.
Yes.
Our next question here is from Marie Loon Fortin.
Hello, honey.
Who gets 1 second here. 15 questions. Amazing.
Wow.
Thank you so much. All right.
That's quite a few.
Her first question here, she says, we had a big loss at the farm. My barn manager, Jade, lost her baby horse of 1 year. Oh, I'm so sorry. She says, I was assisting with the euthanasia. I answered some of his questions and gave him energy healing. Was I able to assist him in the way he needed? Was it gentle and non-traumatic for him for his passing?
Yes, absolutely. It was gentle, honey. And you did a wonderful job, I hear. You did a really good job of just keeping the energy where it needed to be. It feels like I just went to sleep and I woke up gone on the other side. So it was definitely very gentle passing. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is the passing of her horse why Jade will give her notice and leave? If yes, when for both?
No, I don't hear that that's going to be the reason why. Although it is hard. I do hear it is hard, but the reason is more complex than that. And it does feel to me like it's right around the corner. Like I said, it feels to me like early spring. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, early this week, I finally shared with Guy that I couldn't continue seeing him because I was starting to develop feelings. I was emotional and made me realize I had feelings for him more than I thought.
Mm-hmm.
How does he feel about the whole situation?
So, I mean, he does feel bad that things are the way they are for you. He's the type of individual that just doesn't see himself settling, honey. So he's not going to settle down, unfortunately. He does feel bad that you're upset and that you're not okay. But at the same time, it doesn't look like that's going to change his behavior or change the way he is. So he's just not the settling type right now. Yeah.
Her next question is, he said he would like to stay in touch. Do you see him trying to come back to be together as a couple? If yes, when?
So I see that he will still try to be physical with you if you allow it. And it doesn't feel like it's going to be very long. So, if you allow him to come back in, he's definitely going to still be around. The fact that you're trying to sever that is actually going to make him more available, which is kind of crappy because it's almost like, okay, I'm not interested, so now he's more interested. So it really does feel to me like not very long from now he will want to have some kind of intimacy with you. Okay.
Her next question is there any chance we might end up together, or is the other person still the one I will choose?
Yeah, the other person is who you're supposed to be with and who you will choose, I hear.
Her next question is, I've been doing lots of conscious heart chakra healing using frequencies as my team suggested, as well as working with my own horse and other ones to heal my heart. Do you still see the time frame to meet my person the same, or has it changed? Which month will I meet him?
No, it hasn't changed. They say it's still in the same vibration. And it really just comes down to where you are ready to let them into your life, honey. I know that at this point, it seems like you're ready now, but you still have healing. You still have energy to release between you and Guy before you can allow this individual in, and you will allow them to be your person. Okay, so you got to go through that a little bit more.
All right. Her next question is, will I feel safe emotionally with him and feel I finally found someone who sees my worth?
Absolutely. Absolutely. You guys are, very much similar in your vibration and your wants and your needs and desires. So you will feel very good with this individual.
Her next question is, will we get engaged one day and married?
Yep.
And for both?
Yeah. It looks like you won't so you're not getting engaged until 2 years from now. So it's still a ways away, but you have to have them come into your life first anyways. And it looks like it'll be a year engagement. So you'll get married a year later.
Her next question is, you mentioned before that he is a bit clingy in a cute way, LOL. What do you mean by that?
So we'll message you a lot. It's not like you're expected to message back or anything like that, but I just get that there will be a lot of like, good mornings, how's your day going, thinking about you, just that kind of thing. So there's a lot of messages, but it is just genuinely because he's going to be very affectionate and attracted to you and wants you around. So you're in his thoughts a lot at that point.
Her next question is there any desires and thoughts from Tyler Wolf to want for us to be together? How does he feel about me?
No, I don't get that at all. This individual does have respect, I see, for you, and definitely finds you to be a good person and a nice person, but not into you in that way, I hear.
All right. Marie Loon's next question is, how long do you see me living at the ranch and how long working at the ranch?
So they're saying 7 months. So it does feel to me like this will be something that you will move on from. 7 months I hear because things are going to rapidly change for you once your person comes in. So once you have somebody in your life, things look a little bit different, and it looks like you start really doing your own work separate from working from the ranch, I hear.
Her next question is it because of how I'm reacting and helping right now while Jade is away due to her loss, the reason my boss Ray will ask me to step into the barn manager role? I'm worried because what I'm missing is more medical training. How will I manage that?
You'll be fine. You'll be totally fine. Don't worry about that. Medically speaking, sometimes being an intuitive like you are is better, because you tend to notice the energy shift or things happening medically. And you may not know exactly or be able to pinpoint what's going on, but you will notice when there's something serious that's going on and that you do need to get medical attention for the animals. So I'm not worried about that at all. You are very capable, and that's the reason why you're going to get the position. Yeah.
Her next question is, will I have horses and a barn where I will live with my person?
Yes. Yeah.
And her next question here is, I know a fox and hawk are some of my totem animals. Which other ones do I have?
Just those two is what I see for you. Sometimes you will rely on the horse as well, because it is a very majestic energy, but it isn't your totem is what they're saying. So just the two. Yeah.
All right. And her last question, she says, general from my team.
Yeah. So, when things start to change, I think for you, you need to not be afraid. They're going to guide you the way that things are supposed to go. So it isn't necessary for you to worry or stress or try to figure out where things are heading from here. The most important thing for you to do right now is to really put yourself into your work and find the balance in that. So find the balance in what you're doing, what you're here for, which is the animal communication and healing and that aspect of life. That's what you're here for. So you need to find the balance in that. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Marie Loon. That's it for her.
All right.
All right. And we have a quick clarification here from Kayleen. Hi, Kayleen. She says, one here. Kayleen says, hi, thank you, Rebecca and B. Just wanted to clarify. Do you see when I will find an apartment with my brother?
It looks like right away you guys will find something. Yeah. I'm not concerned at all that you're not going to be able to find something. It looks like you will. So like before the end of this month, it looks like you'll find something suitable. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Please keep us posted on that.
Yeah.
All right. Back to our list here. Okay. Oh, and thank you so much, Carol Ann, for the rose.
Oh, thanks, honey.
And Marie Loon said thanks a million, and Kay said thank you.
Of course, of course.
Our next question here is from Lisa Vaughn. Hello, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa gets 3 questions here.
Okay.
Her first question is, will I get the house in Valleybrook?
Oh, I heard no. Sorry, honey.
All right. Her next question is, does Joey really love me?
Yeah. Yeah, there's strong affection there. Yeah.
All right. And her last question is, will my dad heal from his cancer?
Doesn't look like it, honey. No. Sorry.
All right. Yeah. Thank you so much, Lisa. Our next question here is from Shelby Patry, who gets
Shelby.
5 questions.
All right.
Her first question here is, will my son land full-time daycare soon? Who will watch him when I return to work next month?
Sorry, what was the first part?
Will my son land in full-time daycare soon? Who will watch him?
Yeah. So it looks like yes. It's not going to be right away though. So I do hear that it is a little bit of effort to find a full-time daycare worker for him. In the meantime, before that happens, it does feel to me like you're going to be relying on like friends and neighbors type situation. So it's people around you that will be helping until you find something permanent is what I hear. Okay.
Her next question is, I got engaged in November. Will we get married in 2024?
It looks like no, it'll be next year. Yeah.
Her next question is, my 2-year-old is verbally behind a bit. Will he start to talk more soon? Will this affect him with school?
No, it won't. Some kids are just that way. And once he starts talking, it's going to be, you're not going to be able to shut the kid up. You were going to say it like that. So it's nothing to worry about, I hear. It definitely is going to be just fine, and school is not going to be affected from it at all. Yeah.
Her Her next question is, you had mentioned pregnancy in April. Will I conceive in April or will I find out in April? Is this still on track for what's coming?
Yeah, it still feels like it will be April that you conceive. So pregnancy starts in April. That's when you'll find out. Yeah.
All right. And Shelby's last question is, will I work enough hours to be able to get maternity leave? Will we be financially okay?
Yes. I don't get any resistance about you being financially okay. So it does look like, yes, you'll be able to.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
Our next question is from Haley Mendoza, who
Hello.
gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Her first question here is, there might be a small restructure in my department soon. Do you see this affecting my title and duties? Really curious about my title.
It looks like there's going to be a little bit more responsibility. So it's not going to change your title per se. So I don't get the sense like they're going to give you a totally different name or anything like that, but it does look like they are going to give you more responsibility. So the restructuring is going to put a little bit of pressure on you. Okay, honey, but I hear you can handle it. So don't worry about that.
Haley's next question is it best for me to continue my career at my current place of employment, or do I have better opportunities elsewhere?
So I hear you're there for at least another year, maybe even a year and a half, they're saying. So I don't see you moving on yet, but there will be an opportunity later on in the next year or so. Okay.
All right. And her last question is general.
Yeah. So with you, 2024 is your financial year. So they do talk about it being more about your stability, you being able to afford things, not stressing financially. So it does feel to me like there's a lot of success for you around money. That being said, it isn't about you changing jobs. It's about you embracing your job is what they're telling me. Okay. So you really do need to embrace the position and embrace what's happening for you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep.
That is it for her.
All right.
Our next question here is from Cassandra Paris, who
Hello.
gets 3 questions.
All right.
Her first question here is, just felt a hard lump that kind of moves behind my knee, but more on the side of it on my left leg. What is it? Freaking out.
No, yeah, you should go get it checked. But I do hear that it is just your lymph node, honey. It does feel to me like it is an infection, or like you've had a cold or you've had some kind of an infection, and so your lymph node just really being swollen. The fact that it's moving is actually a good thing. So don't stress too much, but I would go get it looked at just because those types of things can become something very serious very quickly. Okay. But I do hear that it's the lymph node.
Her next question is, will my crochet business be successful?
It'll take a bit of time, but I hear ya. It will. Use your social media as much as possible. Okay.
And her last question is, will my daughter be able to walk and when? Spinal dislocation, lower spine.
So it looks like not for a while. It does feel to me like there is going to be some kind of intervention that helps that to happen. So it's not going to be like a natural thing. It feels to me like there is going to be some kind of procedure or something done that will help her to do that. It feels to me like it's still years away is what they're saying. Okay, honey. So it does feel to me like there is going to be some kind of medical invention that helps.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Cassandra. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Emma Baker.
Hey,
Hello,
Emma.
Who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Emma's first question here is, Hi.
Hi.
What are Rashad's feelings for me right now?
So Rashad does feel to me like I'm open, but I'm also very distracted. So there's a lot of distraction around me, not necessarily all good ones is what I hear. So it does feel to me like there might be some influences that aren't necessarily a good one is what I'm getting. So that being said, when you come up, it does feel to me like there's a lot of positive thoughts about you. I don't get any like negativity or any bad thoughts coming from Rashad at all.
Her next question is, if I had a conversation with him, what we're doing, would it go in my favor?
It really is important that if you have that conversation, honey, that your ego isn't involved, okay? So no accusatory statements, no aggressive energy. It's more about here are the facts and this is what's happening for me and how I want things to change or be or what I'm looking for. Okay? So it has to be more of a statement of facts, not so much emotional, okay?
And Emma's last question is he thinking about getting back together or is he just confused?
He's very confused, but he does think about coming back to you and does think a lot about the past. But I do hear, yeah, I'm very confused.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for Emma.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Marisol Fernandez, who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Marisol's first question here is, will my new boss like me?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Her next question is, will I be successful at my new job?
Yeah, it takes a bit of time for you to get to, where you're functioning smoothly because there's always that learning curve, but I hear you will do really well. Yeah.
And her last question is, will my settlement money be enough to get me back on track financially?
It looks like it'll be enough to kind of stabilize things for sure. It's not going to be extra is what I hear. It's just, enough to stabilize things is what they're saying.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Maya Bronow, who gets 3 questions.
All right. Hello, Maya.
Her first question is, will things get better between Montreal and I?
So it looks to me like there is going to be a bit of this, like they're showing pulling apart and coming back together. I do hear that things will get better in time, but first there's the pulling apart. So it's not happening right now. It feels to me like there's a space between that has to happen, and then we're coming back together.
Her next question is Montreal the man I'll marry?
No, sorry, I don't hear that.
All right. And her last question is, when will we get engaged?
It looks like somebody else is going to be your spouse, and it looks like that's not for a couple more years. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next question here is from Shuna Norton.
Hey,
Hello,
Shuna.
Shuna, who gets 10 questions.
Oh my goodness.
Yay. Thank you.
Wow.
All right. Sheena's first question here. She says, good morning,
Good
Rebecca
morning.
and Bea. I hope you guys had a wonderful week and a wonderful Valentine's Day.
Oh, thank you. You too.
She says, the last couple of days have been emotionally draining. On the 15th, my cousin was awoken by agents at her door, who then took her significant other away to jail. As a result, my cousin will end up having to break her lease, and she will end up coming to stay with me, along with her 10-year-old son. My first question is, will she be able to get back on her feet? Do you see how long she'll end up staying with me?
Yeah, it looks like it's going to take her about 6 months, honey. So she'll be with you for that long. Yeah.
Her next question is, I am only allowed to have guests for 60 days max. Will I be able to convey to the landlord the situation and not have any negative situation happen that would result in me getting kicked out?
Yeah, and I hear that it's not really going to be an issue. I wouldn't say anything until wait until you're closer to the 60 days. So don't say anything until a little bit later, because they're not even going to be noticed, to be perfectly honest, until later anyways. But explain the situation after the fact. Don't do it before, okay? Yeah.
Her next question is, the day before Valentine's Day, Chad H sent me a picture and a text. He had just had invasive surgery. They apparently found that he has tumors that are behind his left cheek, left eye, and forehead. He's waiting for the biopsy results. Will he be okay? Is it cancerous?
I do hear that it is. I do hear though that he's going to be okay, honey, because he has the ability to heal that. It will be okay in the long run. Yeah.
All right, her next question is, he said he didn't want to tell me when I saw him in December because he knew that I would be really worried and didn't want to put me through that. Well, I find this very sweet. For some reason, I find it slightly annoying because I feel like I'm at a disadvantage since he knows how I feel about him and I feel like I'm in the friend zone. So I guess my question is, how does he really feel about me?
Well, I don't hear that you're in the friend zone completely at all. That's not the case. What I hear is that there has been attraction all the way through, and he does like you a lot. Again, though, with everything that's going on for him, emotionally, I don't think that he's able to invest the time that he needs to for you at this point. But that can change very easily.
Her next question is, as a result of the surgery and just life, I did not get to spend the day with him at all on Valentine's Day again. He lives in Panama City, Beach, Florida, and I live in Georgia. He's not one for Valentine's Day. I'm just wondering if we'll ever end up in a relationship and when we'll end up in a relationship. This year?
So yeah, it does look like now that he kind of is going to get some answers, it looks like once he starts dealing with the situation that it is going to affect his ability to be able to be with you. When you're holding a secret as big as he was holding, it gets in the way of you being able to be open and be with somebody. So it does look like that's going to change. It does feel to me like right away, it's not something that's going to take you guys months or years to get to. So it does feel like this year is the year where you guys get closer and you do get to have that connection that you're looking for. Okay. I would say within the next couple of months, you'll see a significant change in his behavior towards you. Yeah.
Her next question is, because of all the events, I was feeling kind of down. I was going through Facebook and basically saw that my brother-in-law has been on dating apps, even though he's married to my sister Alana, and I will be sharing this information with my sister Kay. Will my sister believe the news that we brought to her and walk away, or will she continue to stay with him?
If it's possible, I would take screenshots so that you can show her. If you can't, if it is to the point where there's no more evidence, then I wouldn't even bother saying anything because she will stay with him unless you guys can prove it to her, is what I hear. It will take her a little bit of time to actually take action in that direction. But with your support, I hear that she will.
All right. Her next question is, when we bring this information to my sister, will this end up being another wedge in my relationship with her?
Not if you have the proper documentation. So if you can take a snapshot of him having profiles on these dating sites, I think that will show her that you genuinely are concerned about her. If you go to her without any evidence, she will take that as you just trying to get involved and trying to get in between her and her husband. So I highly recommend if you can get some screenshots of it. Okay. And that way it won't impact your relationship with her in a negative way. If you don't have any proof, it will impact the relationship negatively, I hear. Yeah.
Her next question is, I've decided to fly to California anyway and surprise Kira and Cooper. Will this be a good trip? Will my ex pull anything?
No, I don't think he will actually. So that's good. It does feel to me like it's a great idea. Yeah. They're saying, go ahead, do it. It definitely feels good. Yeah. It looks like it'll be a good trip.
Her next question is, my mother will be going for surgery also, something to do with her throat, possibly her vocal cords. Will she be okay?
I hear she will be okay, honey. And it looks like it will take a little bit for her to recover, but she will recover fully. That's what they're saying.
All right, and her last question is, as you can tell, there's a lot of things going on around me.
Yes, there is.
Yes, I know I'm an empath, and yes, I know I need to ground myself. I'm just wondering if I'm going to get a break soon.
Yeah, it will get better, I hear. Sometimes we have to clear this energy really fast. For you, you have a lot of this intense energy right now because things are about to shift in a good way for you. So it's not something that you want to take. Like, you don't want to take this energy with you. And that's why it's all happening now is what they're saying. So it's going to happen quickly. It's going to clear. It's almost like, dumping it all and flushing the toilet. That's what's happening right now. So we're getting rid of that energy. We're doing it all at once. So it is going to get better. I do hear by the summertime, you aren't going to have a lot of this energy anymore. Okay. So you're not going to have a lot of this stuff happening around you the way that it is right now. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Juna. That's it for her.
Okay.
And have a good trip.
Yes.
Our next question here is from Michelle Guzman, who
Hello.
gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Michelle's first question is, when will Marco and I start connecting deeper and start a relationship?
So it's still a couple of months away before the two of you really start hitting it off in that way. I would say, give it a little bit of time. It does feel like this individual isn't necessarily as open as you are, not quite at the same page or at the same state of emotional awareness and emotional maturity, if that makes sense. Okay.
Her next question is, when will Marco split from baby mama Brenda, since I know they're having problems?
Oh, they've been having problems from the beginning, I hear. Yeah. This is, so they're saying it's going to be 8 months before this individual actually walks out of his life. So it's 8 months before this individual is gone.
And Michelle's last question is, how will March and April be between Marco and I? Thank you.
Yeah. I do hear that there is a lot of back and forth. I'm not seeing a deep connection during March and April, but it does feel to me like there's a lot of conversation. So you do seem to have a lot of interaction with each other, but it's not deep and intense or anything like that. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question is from Whitney Ashford. Hello.
Hello.
Who gets 3 questions.
Sounds good.
Whitney's first question here is, good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Max has been liking things on social media. Will he start a conversation in the upcoming weeks?
Yeah, it looks like you guys will have some communication. I'm hearing more towards the end of March, beginning of April. Yeah.
Her next question is, will I get the Mind movie I ordered, or should I file a complaint with my credit card company?
I hear file a complaint because it doesn't look like it's coming, honey. Yeah.
And her last question is, general for February/March?
So the February is pretty much done energetically for you. There's not much shifting. Going into March, they're really talking about isolation, protecting your energy, not getting overwhelmed by the things that are happening around you. they're really showing that it's time to really figure out where your boundaries are and don't let people overstep them. Okay. So it's all about you for March is what they're saying. So really focus on your needs, your well-being, and what you need going forward. Don't put yourself second is the thing they're saying. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question is from Melissa G.
Hello.
Who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Melissa's first question here is, Hey,
Hey.
previously you said I meant to meet the man in June, but does my spirit team know the name of the man I meant to be with?
So they're giving me the name Michael is what I'm hearing, but you don't have to get caught up on. So they're really saying you've got to release, you've got to let go, and you've got to allow. It really feels like you're kind of getting in the way of the energy coming in. Okay. So I would highly recommend that you work on how you're feeling about making this deep connection, because there seems to be a little bit of resistance within you. Okay.
Her next question is, I keep having memory problems. Is there something health related I should be worried about?
Yeah, so it is something you're eating is what I'm hearing. I would take a look. They're saying, and this sounds crazy, but I'm hearing aluminum. So I don't know if you drink out of aluminum or what it is, but that's what I'm hearing for you. So it is affecting your wellness. Okay. I don't know if you can do a flush, but if you can get a hold of a naturopath and find out about doing like a flush of heavy metals, it really feels like there's aluminum is the issue, is what they're saying to me.
And Melissa's last question is there anything I have to look forward to this year?
I mean, I would say there's lots of things to look forward to. I hear that there is new life coming to the family. So that means somebody is going to get pregnant and have a child. With you, I do hear financial security, and there is some travel happening for you this year as well. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next question here is from Olia Walsh.
Hey,
Hello,
honey.
Olia, who gets 3 questions.
All right. And welcome back, hon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Olia's first question is, Hi, ladies. So I'm a little confused about Chris. He says that he has a girl, but yet he's all over my social media, like watching my story. Why is he looking at my stories if he's with another girl? What are his thoughts about my stories?
I mean, he likes them. He likes them for sure. So you have a vibration that is very, how do I put this? Alluring, attractive, and that's why he is looking. Because he's drawn to you is what I hear. So there's a lot that you put in your stories that really resonates with him. Yeah.
Her next question is, recently I interviewed for a new job. Will I get the job? If I don't, when will I get a new job?
Yeah. So I'm not hearing yes for that particular job. It does look like you will find something right away. They're saying within the next 3 weeks you should be working. So right away is what they're saying. Yeah.
And her last question is, I've really been focusing on the future. When will I meet my future spouse?
So it looks like July. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Our next question is from Alexis Scott. Hello, Alexis.
Hello, Alexis.
She gets 3 questions here.
Sounds good.
Her first question is, I started a new job and the pay is the same as my old job, but I have to fight to get the same hours as my old. Will the pay for this job eventually work out for me?
Yes, I hear it will. Yeah, it takes it feels like it's about 6 months before things get to where they're working out well, but yeah, it's before the year is up. So
Her next question is, will I be able to find a part-time job or side hustle to make up for the pay loss?
it looks like you will find a part-time job. I'm not seeing too much of like a side hustles per se. It just looks like you will be doing something. It feels to me like it's nighttime type situation. So you something to do with working at night. So you're not working during the day with this other job.
All right, and Alexis's last question is, general, please.
Don't stress it. Don't worry. How you're feeling is old momentum, old news. It's old energy. It's not what you've asked for this year. So don't be stressing so much. Okay. Things are coming into alignment for you. What you're feeling is the old energy from like really the last 2 years is what they're saying. So you're moving into a new vibration, honey. Although it feels stressful and it feels worrisome, they're telling you don't need to worry because things are going to start working out really well for you. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next question here is from Amber Lee. Hello,
Hey,
Amber,
honey.
who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Amber's first question here is, Morning, ladies.
Morning, honey.
So I received your messages this morning and I called Craig out on things. We had some back and forth. He told me that we were never boyfriend and girlfriend. We were close, and he said that he will never move in with anybody. Why is he saying that? I told him he has to give back all the stuff I paid for plus all the money, and then all of a sudden he asked to sit down and talk. What do you hear will happen going forward? It definitely is a lot of craziness.
It is definitely a lot of craziness. I think that it is important that you do sit down and talk with him. He has a lot of emotional unwellness. Sometimes he gets, we've talked about this before, where he gets to the point where he wants to harm himself and he's not a happy individual and he can be depressed. And, he has a lot of toxic things going on for him, as you well know. And so it really makes it hard for him to be, I guess, stable is the best way to put it. And so, sitting down and having a conversation with him is a good idea. However, some of the things that he said, I would say you need to hear. So the fact that he's saying that he doesn't want to live with anybody, a lot of that has to do with because he doesn't want anybody to see him. He doesn't want you to see the true person that he is or the full person that he is. And that's a big reason why he's saying that. Although it would be easier on him in his life to not be in that situation. He's the type of person who's like, well, I'm not changing that. That's how I want it to be. He's very private, very frightened individual. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, I also called the girl out. According to her, she is not trying to drive a wedge between us, and my name has not come out of her mouth. And she wants nothing to do with someone who has done what they've done to me, and she says and shares that her friend and his group will always be friends of hers. Is she telling the truth or covering her tracks?
Covering her tracks, I hear. When it comes to this individual, you cannot believe what they say. And yeah, I can say she hasn't said anything about you because that's not the intention. The intention is to do what she does and just prove to herself that she can, right? And she doesn't have to say anything about you for that. Yeah.
And her last question here is, where are things going from here? You saw so much with us, and it's definitely done a 180. I never saw this coming.
Yeah, no, and I will say this. Sometimes when people are in that emotional, depressive type of energy, they will sabotage things. And I can say for Craig, he has a notorious knack for doing that. That is something he does regularly. All relationships have been like that for him and continuous for the last 2 years for you guys. So, he doesn't ever seem to be able to accept what is right in front of him. That being said, I would really hold your ground about giving him anything else. Again, I would not recommend giving any kind of support to him until he starts really changing his ways. And that's the most important thing. You need to not be afraid to lose him and really speak what you need to speak and don't allow his behavior to affect your well-being, if that makes sense. Okay, honey? This individual is somebody who isn't necessarily fully okay. And so it's going to impact you and affect you in bigger ways than you think. Okay?
All right. That's it for her.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Amber.
Mm-hmm.
One moment here. All right. And it looks like that we just made it to our 80,000
Nice.
likes. Great
Good job, everybody.
Feel free to start putting in some free questions here with your name. I'm just going to quickly go over our list.
All right. Good job, everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. All right. Next up on our list is Sadeshni Tracy. Then we have Mariah Memerdis. Then Stephanie McGren. Then Kimber Pell. Then Jen Williams. Then James Wooding. Then Whitney Ashford. Then Gabriella Griggs. Then Ariel Lutjens. Then Grace S. Then Jassa Harris. Then Marina Duarte. Then Freddie A. Then Kelly C. Then Carmen F. Then Vanessa H. Then Katrina Gant. Then Rachel Phillimore. Then Vicky Woodward. Then Tracy M. Then Connie H. Then Michelle Placencia. Then Tiffany Soto. Then Sandra Phelps. Then Paula Watkins. Then Jen W. Then Maria Kilule. Then Kimber Pell. Then Shelly J. And that is it. Thank you all so much. All right, and now it is time for 5 free questions. Yay!
Great job, everybody.
You guys are amazing.
Certainly are.
All right, our first free question here is from Brittany, who says, is Cody the person that was coming in February?
Yes, I hear. Hey.
All right. Our next question is from Diana, who says, started to study late for teaching content exam. Will I pass the sections from the first time?
Yeah, I hear you well. Yeah, they say not to worry. Yeah.
All right. Our next question here is from Carol. Carol says, does Alex actually love me?
Yes, honey. Yeah.
Our next question is from Poonam. Hello, Poonam.
Hey, honey.
Who says, is Combined Insurance the company I'm going to work with?
Yeah, I hear bells, so yep. Looks like it.
All right. And our last free question here, just for the moment, is from Zaria. Zaria says, do you see an ending of NBR's current romantic relationship anytime soon?
So they're saying no, it's not anytime soon. It feels to me like there's still about a year and a half. Yeah.
All right. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. Our next like goal here is 120,000 likes. Let's keep on tapping, and once you make it there, we'll do another 5 free questions from the comments. You guys are so great.
Right? Good job.
Also, remember, our list is closed for this live, so we're not taking any more new donation questions to be added to the list. We're just finishing off everyone who has already donated. However, email questions are available through the link in the bio if any of you want to get your questions answered that way. Also, remember that at the end of the live, we will be doing a giveaway for our top gifter, one of our subscribers on this live, and that includes any new subscribers, and a live audience member. So make sure to stick around until the end. Thank you all so much. And thank you, Caroline and Poonam, for the roses.
Aw, thanks, guys.
All right, back to our list here. Our next question is from Sadeshni Tracy.
Hey,
Hello.
honey.
Who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Her first question here is, hi again.
Hi.
I have my Nedbank interview this week, Thursday. Do I need to worry about anything, or is it all good? Like, will I get the job?
It feels good to me. I hear, yeah, you will get called. Yeah.
Her next question is, will I get the job offer from Nedbank, and do you know the timeline when they will come back with the offer letter?
It does feel to me like next week. They're saying around Wednesday, so pretty quick. Yeah.
And her last question is, I've been suffering a lot with stress and anxiety. I'm not sure why I feel this way. How can I get myself to feel normal again?
So I do hear for you, it is important that you don't hibernate. So get out of the house, definitely take a walk, clear your thoughts, clear yourself more often is what they're saying. So it does feel to me like you have to not, they're saying break routine. So don't continue to do what you've been doing. Do something different is what I'm hearing. Okay. Break your routine.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Mariah Mia Meredith, who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Mariah's first question here is, hello again.
Hi.
You said a few months ago you saw me getting pregnant in June, but you also said you saw the number 4. So was that 4 months away in June or month 4 April? I am using a donor, so trying to plan it out.
Yeah. So I hear June. Yeah.
Her next question is, a while back you described the person I would be dating next exactly. You said he wasn't my forever person, which was correct. My question is, can you please describe to me what my forever person looks like, or any details about him or us meeting?
Yeah. Okay. So tall, very dark hair, thicker eyebrows. I do see a little bit more of a Greek features, I guess is how I would describe them. Olive skin tone, dark eyes as well. Dresses very well. Looks like likes to dress up more so than the casual wear. Okay.
All right, and Mariah's last question is, I'm really wanting and needing a new career. I've been in my current field for 20 years. I'm lost at exactly what I want to do, so many broad areas of jobs. Any guidance or details on the job, area of study? As always, you both are amazing. Thank you.
Yeah. So what they say for you is human resources would be really good. You do actually have a lot of experience in it, even though you're not necessarily certified to do it. They're saying human resources would be a good avenue for you to explore. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it from Mariah.
All right.
Our next question here is from Stephanie McGren.
Hello,
Stephanie,
honey.
who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Her first question here is general.
Okay, so for you, honey, I do hear that there is some doors being closed, is what they're saying. So it does look like there is going to be some energies that we're walking away from and some new things that are happening, new people coming into your life. There is two individuals that tend to hold you back from the path that you're supposed to be on. They do feel very close to you. So it is important that you understand that you are going to be closing the connection between these two individuals and moving into a different alignment. They're showing you also going to school or taking some kind of education, getting certified is what I'm seeing. So whenever I see the stamp, it means it's not a full-on education. So you may not necessarily be going and sitting in a college classroom, but that you will be taking some kind of course that is going to get you certified at the end.
Her next question is, any messages from the other side?
Well, spiritually speaking, what they do say is that you do feel, so you know when they're there. And this is their validation for you that you are very sensitive. You are in your own way psychic and intuitive. You do have mediumship abilities. You're not wrong when you do feel something. So I think you need to hear that. There is a female energy that's been with you for a long time. It does feel to me like it might be a grandmother or great grandmother type energy. It feels to me though that she presents herself younger. She was older when she passed away, but she comes through in her late 30s is how she presents to me. So she was a very feisty individual. She knew who she was. She was very strong-willed, very strong-minded. You couldn't sway her. She was always kind of loud and proud is what I hear.
All right, and her last question is, hearing a lot of ringing in my ears and angel numbers. Can you explain?
That's great. So the ringing in the ear is always our guides. What I would say is when you get that sensation, ask them to clear up the frequency so that you can actually hear the words that they're trying to say. There have been times where, you know, sometimes I'll have more ringing than others. And the first thing I do is, okay, I need to hear what you're saying. So clear it up for me, right? You just literally have to talk to them. When you see the angel numbers, that's just validation of what you're going through, what you're thinking about, what you're saying, or what you're feeling in that moment. The angel numbers is your validation. So you just really got to pay attention to what's going on internally for you.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Kimber Pell.
Hey,
Hello,
honey.
Kimber. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Poonam. That was so fun.
Thank you, honey.
All right. Kimber here gets 3 questions.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Kimber's first question is, hello,
Hi.
sweeties. Hello to you. She says, just curious if my hubby will heal up nicely from his surgery yesterday.
Yes. Yeah, he will.
All right. Kimber's next question is, how is my youngest son Bradley doing? Seems down lately.
You know, it's not necessarily down. It's just there's a lot going on. I feel a bit stressed and a little bit not overwhelmed, but like there's a lot going on and I'm dealing with a lot. That's really what the energy is, but I'm okay. Like I don't get the sense that you have to worry about your son. Okay?
All
Yeah.
right. And Kimber's last question is, will my daughter marry Jonathan?
Yes. Yeah. Keep me posted on that.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Kimber. That's it for her.
All right.
And thank you so much, Sarah, for all of those gifts.
Aw,
Those were
thanks, honey.
wonderful. All right. Our next question here is from Jen Williams. Welcome
Hi,
back,
Jen.
who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Her first question here is, hi, ladies.
Hi.
Sal made plans with me on the last month and canceled last minute and said we'll hang out again, but hasn't talked to me since. Is there someone else or did he lose interest? Why is he so silent?
I do get the sense that there is a third party involvement. It's not necessarily a romantic situation though. It does just feel like somebody is kind of getting their nose in there and affecting your connection. I don't get that it's necessarily a romantic individual. It might just be somebody in his life that is just interfering. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, can you tell me when he will reach out next and if he's going to work on this with me? Are we still going to be together?
Yeah, I hear that there's still going to be a connection. I do get the sense, though, it's not going to be until around March, April that you guys have a real chat, like a real sit down and talk to. Yeah.
All All right, and her last question is, can you tell me how he feels about me? He's so hot and cold. I never know where I stand. Should I
Right.
carry hope for this? Thank you.
So, it really comes down to whether or not you can handle it. It feels to me like this is just going to be a continued thing. So it's always going to be on and off, on and off, on and off. There are good days and there are bad days. And when there are good days, it's usually because this third party is not around. That individual's not talking, not in his ear, not persuading or pushing him in a certain direction. So it really is this extra person is just a bit of a busybody and a nosy individual, and just kind of when they're around affects Sal's thoughts and feelings and behaviors towards you. That's what I hear. So it's going to be continued. It's something that's going to continue to happen on and off throughout the connection, honey. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her. Our next question here is from James Wooding, who
Hey,
gets
James.
3 questions.
Okay.
Their first question here is, will I get a job offer after my interview next week?
Yeah, it looks like you will, honey. You're going to be working 1st of March is what they're saying. Yeah.
Their next question is, if there is an offer, should I take it or stay at the job I'm at currently?
So I hear you will take it. It looks like it's going to be a good offer. It's something that is definitely going to be enticing. Yeah. Better than what you're doing now.
All right.
Yeah.
And their last question is, if I stay where I am currently, will I have long-term success?
You would, if you decided not to take a different offer, you would definitely have success. But I do hear that the financial, how do I put this? So the rewards are not as good as they should be. So it doesn't look like you get the recognition financially. It's more of like that pat on that back, but that doesn't pay the bills. So you really got to think about whether you want more of a successful financial career or acknowledgement, right? Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That's it for them.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question here is from Whitney Ashford. Hello
Hey,
again.
honey.
She says, sorry, ladies, one more. After liking something and leaving a comment on Max's social, I saw his birth date on something. Is this showing me that I'm in alignment / on the right track?
Absolutely. Yeah. Whenever we get that is, people talk about those being synchronicities. And it is 100% alignment showing you that you are moving in the right direction. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Gabriella Griggs. Hello, Gabriella, who gets 5 questions.
All right. Welcome back, honey.
Gabriella's first question here is, I've been thinking about John lately. Does he ever think about me, and were his feelings ever genuine, or did he just want to get physical with me?
So he did want to get physical. I will say that was genuinely honest there. Yes, you've been thought about. I would say, though, it was more about the physical connection. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, you once said I would meet my forever person through a blind date. Did that change?
No, that hasn't changed.
Her next question is, one of my credit cards offered me a 3-month payment plan to catch up on my late fees. Should I take it? And if so, should I start it after the next billing cycle?
So I'm not getting that it's going to necessarily be in your best interest, just because by renewing and whatnot, it looks like it will impact you, not necessarily in a positive way, honey. You can figure it out without having to refinance it, is what I hear. Okay.
Her next question is, anything coming in for me within the next 4 months?
So I do hear that there is a significant friend coming in. So there's a female energy that seems to be quite important. It feels to me like this is somebody who is part of your soul family. In your past lives, it feels like they've been like a sibling to you. This individual is definitely going to be very impactful in going forward in life in general, and they're going to be around till the end, is what I hear. So they're part of your soul family. They're going to feel like a sister to you, is what I hear. Yeah.
All right. And their last question is, will I get a raise from my current job?
You will, but not for a while. So it looks like it's more towards the end of the year. Yeah.
All right. That's it for Gabriella.
All
Thank you so much. Our next question here is from Ariel Lundgens.
Hello, honey.
Who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Her first question here is, Hi.
Hi.
You have mentioned before that I had a past life as a nurse in World War II where I met the man I will also meet in this life. You said he was a high-ranking officer. Do you have any other details on that life or is relevant in this lifetime? I think it's so interesting.
I mean, I think for you, knowing that they were in the military and that they were high ranking shows that that personality. So you're going to find that his personality is very similar to that of somebody who is a high ranking officer in a very stressful situation. He isn't the type of person who loses his cool, is what I hear. Okay. In that life in particular, it does feel to me like you had a very deep connection, and this was somebody that you were very committed to, is what they're saying. So it is somebody who, you know, in that life, you guys basically made the decision that you wanted to always find each other. So it is significant in that case. Yeah.
Her next question is timeline update on my person.
So it does feel to me like the timeline is very fluidic. So that's a good sign, because that means that you could move it in sooner. It can be as soon as April. I'm getting June right now, but it's fluidic. So it's moving. Okay. That it just comes down to you being clear on what you're looking for in your partner. Okay. And be very open and honest about the things you want and need to allow it to come in sooner rather than later.
All right, and her last question is, what grade do you think would be best for me to teach? I teach third, but I'm not sure if something else would be a better fit, or maybe even an alternative way of teaching others than a classroom. I'm lost.
No, I hear you are supposed to be a teacher. So as long as you're doing teaching, it doesn't really matter whether you do it in a classroom or not. I am hearing older kids, so it does look like you should be working with older kids. It would just be a little bit more fun for you and less of a babysitting job and more of like you're actually teaching is what I'm hearing. Okay. So look into working with older kids. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
Our next question here is from Grace S. Welcome
Hey,
back.
Grace.
Grace gets 3 questions.
All right.
Her first question here is, hello ladies.
Hi.
Last time I asked if my soulmate was coming this year and got the answer that it's in April or October, but I just started getting good energies from my ex, and it seems that he is working on himself and actually sending vibes that I wanted the past year. Can it be that that is him and that is my one and that we are in a twin flame relationship?
No, it does not feel like your ex to me. So the person that is meant for you may have similar characteristics, but I'm not getting that it's the ex. So that isn't it. That's a different feel altogether, is what they're saying to me. Yeah.
All right, her next question is, if not, am I still in the plan of getting my one in April? Because I don't want to block those doors for pure love to come in.
Right. You absolutely should keep those doors open. And when it comes to examining your past relationships, honey, there's nothing wrong with seeing the value in what you had with your ex. Just recognize that you're ready for a relationship, and that's why you're being attracted to going back. Okay. That doesn't mean that it's necessarily a good idea. It's just that you're ready. So that being said, that means then your energy is coming in. So you just have to kind of get out of your own way and don't be afraid to let it in, is what they're saying.
And her last question is, people often comment that I'm either direct or rude, but from my part, I feel I'm direct because I tend to protect my inner sensitive child and the fact that I have ADHD in a society that is judgmental. Should I take these opinions to consideration to work on myself?
So here's what I would practice. It's not necessarily that you're being rude. You're being we'll say blunt. And some people can't handle that. So try learning how to say things in a less we'll say aggressive way, and you can still say your piece, but just try changing how you're saying it. I don't get the sense that you're intentionally trying to do it. It's just that, you have this like way of just saying what you're feeling. It comes out. It's not something you do intentionally. You're not trying to hurt anybody, but you are quite blunt. And some people are going to like that and some people aren't. Plain and simple. It's just the way it is. What I would say to practice is how you deliver what you're thinking or feeling. Okay. So practice just saying it in a less, we'll say assertive way because not everybody can handle it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
Our next question here is from Jassa Harris. Hello.
Hello.
Who gets 5 questions.
All right.
Jassa's first question here is, hi guys.
Hi.
She says, my mom passed March 3rd, 2023. I'm wondering if the numbers 333 I see are her reminding me she's with me.
So with your mom, honey, she doesn't use numbers to remind you. She sends animals. So the angel number 333 is masters, the ascended masters that are telling you that you're okay and that they're watching over you. Not necessarily your mama, but your mom does send animals. She said she sends lots of small animals. Okay, and she's showing me, I think it's a Persian cat. So this Persian cat is significant to you in some way, and it's just their way of validating. But that's what she's showing me. Very elegant, very regal, very noble looking cat is what I'm seeing. Okay, she really likes animals, and that's what she's sending you. So whenever you have you see certain things, just know, like animal wise, just know that's mom coming in. Okay. And she does visit you a lot. She says at nighttime, she's with you quite constantly. Okay. She visits you a lot at night.
All right. Her next question is, I've been talking to a guy, Justin. I'm wondering if that will pursue into more, potentially a relationship.
So it does look like yes. It feels to me like it's going to be a bit slow at first, but it does look like this is going to flower into something more. Yeah. So I do hear yes for a relationship with this individual.
Jas's next question is, will I stay in the current career path I'm in? Will I eventually get my vet technician license? School has been very difficult to finish, so I've been taking a break.
Yeah, and it's okay to take a break. I mean, you've had a lot go on in the last 2 years of your life, so it's totally okay. I do hear you will get your technician license, so it is going to happen. It does feel to me like it's a little bit delayed, but that's okay. It's not a bad thing. You do finalize everything. It does feel to me like you'll finalize it next year, though. So not this year, but next year is when you'll actually have the license.
Jas's next question is, will I move out of my dad's house eventually, or do you see me staying here for a while?
For 2 more years, they say. Yeah. So you're there for 2 years.
All right, and her last question is, will things balance out with my family? I've been feeling a lot of tension here.
Yeah, there's a lot that everybody's kind of gone through. This last year really feels like it was difficult. So it will eventually get easier and less intense. The more you focus on yourself, the better it is. So focus on your future, focus on what your needs are. Obviously don't just be completely selfish, but if you're just keeping your focus on what you're needing right now, what's happening around you won't really affect you. Okay?
All right. And that is it for Jassa. Thank you so
Okay.
much. Our next question here is from Marina Duarte.
Hello, honey.
Who gets 5 questions.
All right.
Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
Marina's first question here is, I keep feeling Max's energy on and off. Will he commit to me if we ever date?
So what I hear with Max is, this is somebody who is we'll say not yet mature. There's still a lot of that immature energy. So the commitment, yes. Not right away though. It feels to me like I'm having fun, just having fun. Yeah.
All right. Marina's next question is, would Max's mom be happy if we dated?
I hear she would be. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, I have applied for 4 jobs and never got a call for any interviews. Why?
It looks like they went, the job search that you're doing, the area that you're looking is highly sought after. And it does look like there's a lot of people that are sending in, potential job requests. So it just looks like they're getting taken up faster than they have an opportunity to even look at your stuff. So just keep applying is what I hear, but you will find something right away. It does feel like it's right around the corner for you. Okay, honey? Yeah.
Her next question is, will I get a new job in the same company I work for before June of this year?
Oh yeah, before June, yes. It does feel to me like it's not the same company though. It's a different company is what they're saying. So it looks like you will be moving somewhere else.
All right, and her last question is, I'm thinking of taking a supervisor certificate before I take the diploma/degree before the fall. What should I do?
Yeah. So I do hear, go for the certificate is what they're saying. It does look like it's going to be easier than you think. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Marina. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question is from Freddie A.
Hey,
Hello,
Freddie.
Who gets 3 questions.
All right. And welcome back, honey.
All right. Freddie's first question here is, hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
People told me to start doing Q&A, but I am still not confident with this. Should I do it? Thanks.
Absolutely, you should. And your confidence should be there because you got this, but I hear yes, you should.
Freddie's next question is spirit message for me for the next few weeks, please. Thank you.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of audible things happening around you. So listening with your clairaudience is really important. Paying attention not only to the things you're hearing through meditation, but also what people are saying around you. Okay, so they're telling you really perk up and pay attention to the conversations happening around you, not necessarily directly to you, but just around you, if that makes sense. Okay.
All right, and Freddie's last question, he says, donate, please.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Freddie.
All right, let's give Freddie a big thank you. Feel free to put in a free question here in the comments, everyone.
Mm-hmm. So great, eh?
All right, the first one that I see here is from Leanne. Leanne says, general from my guides.
So with you, Leanne, you have quite an intuitive gift. They are talking a lot about you're very empathic, but there's more to your gift than just being an empath. It looks like you do have the ability, they're showing clairaudience, but you also do have the ability to do like automatic writing, okay? So I want you to look into automatic writing because there's a lot of valuable information that comes through channeling that way. So look into, doing that as a way of getting messages from your guides and from your higher self, okay?
All right. Thank you so much. And thank you again, Freddie, for donating
Yes,
that question.
thank you so much, Freddie.
They're awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We have a quick clarification here from Jen Williams. Hello
Okay.
again. Jen says, I asked when he will next contact and when we will start to work on things. And she said that we won't start having a serious chat until March. Does that mean he won't reach out until March?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next question here is from Kelly C. Hello,
Hey,
Kelly. Who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Kelly's first question here is, will things do good and be loving between Kevin and I when I see him this weekend?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And it was go good, not do good.
Yeah.
Kelly's next question is, when do you see him opening up and fully letting me in again?
When he's going to get to that point, it's about 3 months from now. But that being said, it does feel to me like slowly I'm starting to warm up again. But 3 months seems to be the significant threshold for the two of you.
All right. And Kelly's last question is, will I get the job at Chani or another company?
No, I hear another company. I don't get a yes for that one. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Kelly. Our next question here is from Carmen F.
Hey,
Hello,
Carmen.
Who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Carmen's first question here is this still the week that Adrian will reach out to reconcile romantically? If so, how will the conversation go?
So it does look like there is going to be a reconnect. It feels very subtle at first. So when they show me that, it's not like I'm reaching out and saying, hey, let's get back together. It's more checking in, connecting. Communication is very subtle. It's very casual. It's very relaxed. It doesn't feel serious at that point. But I do hear, yes, it's still coming. Yeah.
Carmen's next question is, what is coming for my job in the next couple of weeks? Will things get better with my boss?
I do hear, yeah, there will be a shift. It does feel to me like there is a lot of stress on your boss's shoulders. So whatever your boss is going through is kind of trickling down to everybody else. And that does seem to alleviate or get better within the next, I'm going to say it's about 6 weeks before things actually start feeling really good. Once that stress is gone, you're going to see a difference in your boss and the work environment as well. Yeah.
And Carmen's last question is, what is coming for Adrian and I in 2024?
So I do hear a deeper connection, more communication, more openness, and it does feel to me like just being closer. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
Thank you so much, Amanda, for the roses.
Aw, thanks, honey.
Our next question here is from Vanessa H. Hello.
Hey.
Who gets 5 questions.
Okay.
Her first question is, hi, ladies.
Hey.
Is my 2024 still on track?
Oh, absolutely. And you've done a lot of clearing. The January and February are all about you clearing energy is what they're saying. So there is a little bit of like the leftover energy from 2023 that you are working through. And it's definitely getting rid of like that old momentum and opening yourself up to a better looking year. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is my new position at work, do you see it going well?
Yeah, it does look like it is going to go well. I will say this, you might feel a bit overwhelmed with it at times, but you're going to be just fine is what I hear. So you will work it out. Yeah.
Her next question is, so the husband has been really trying to be around me more. He asked me out for Valentine's Day. Ugh, why does he do this to me?
You know, it's not that he's doing it to you. It's more about himself and what he's wanting to try and make happen. That being said, though, you still have to honor what is right for you. Okay, and your guides really do say stand on your merit and stand on your ground, and don't let guilt convince you otherwise. Okay.
Vanessa's next question, she says, just general, please.
So with you, the next 6 months do feel very important. It does feel to me like there is significant shifts and changes happening. So it starts around 4 months from now, and then 6 months from now, everything looks very different, is what they're saying. So it doesn't look like anything is of the old momentum, the old energy that you've been carrying around for the last couple of years. So you are independent about 6 months from now, and it feels like severed of all things. So I have my autonomy and I have my independence, is what they're showing me, and perfectly happy and capable and in a good place is what they're saying. Yeah.
All right, and her last question is, anything from my guides?
I will say for you, you've got to start really practicing. They're showing that you have more ability than you allow yourself to have. So start practicing communication with them, is what they are really stressing. They do communicate a lot with you with numbers, but they also do use music. So lyrics of songs and songs that you sometimes maybe get kind of like an earbug, they're stuck in your head and you can't seem to get rid of it. Those are messages from them. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. That is it for her.
All right.
Our next question here is from Katrina Gant.
Hello, honey.
Again. She gets one question here.
Okay.
Katrina says, thank you always. It's now 8 months I haven't heard from Kelly as he's going through personal stuff. When is Kelly projected in reaching out to me via email, or will he show up at my apartment?
No, he won't show up at your apartment. It feels to me like any kind of communication will be done via like a email or text or DM, that type of situation, just because it wouldn't be appropriate for Kelly to show up now at this point. I hear nothing sooner than 4 months. So it's still a bit of ways for any kind of communication. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Our next question here is from Rachel Phillimore, who
Hi,
gets
honey.
3 questions.
All right.
Hello. Rachel's first question here is, hi again.
Hi.
Hope you both are well.
You too.
When do you see AC and I reuniting next?
So I do see communication for the two of you. They're showing me April. It does feel to me like there's communication prior to that, but the like physically being around each other is April.
Yeah. All right. Her next question is, considering his situation, will our connection improve?
Absolutely it will. Yeah. Things are going to shift is what I hear.
Yeah. And Rachel says, please donate my last question.
Nice.
How sweet.
Very.
All right, let's give Rachel a big thank you. She's giving away her last question to one of you here in the comments.
Nice.
Feel free to start putting in some questions, everyone. I'll give you just a moment.
Take a sip while you do that. And what's our next goal?
Our next like goal is 120. We're already very close.
Very close. Almost there, right?
Yeah. All right. Our question is from Vishva, who says, am I still on track to meet my person in April 2024?
Yes, you are. Yeah. Yeah. You've moved that energy really well.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Rachel, for giving away that question. Amazing. Also, thank you so much, Jessie, for the fairy wings.
Oh, thank you so much for the fairy wings, you guys.
Our next question here is from Vicky Woodward, who gets 3 questions.
All right. Hello, honey.
First question here is, what does the near future look like for Joe and I's relationship?
So, it feels complicated, but that being said, it does look like you guys are getting closer and things are working out. There does seem to be a little bit more momentum on your side than on Joe's side, though. Okay. So you're a little bit ahead of the energy.
All right. Vicky's next question is, will my finances get better?
Yes. I see significant change within the next 4 months. So there is an improvement in the next 4 months for you.
And Vicky's last question is, what does 2024 look like for me?
This is a big year. They talk a lot about your foundation. So making choices and decisions with the intent of progressing in a positive way over the next 5 years, basically. So they're really talking about focusing on your foundation, your work, how you have money coming in, your stability, that type of thing. They say your creativity is key. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next question here is from Tracy M. Hello,
Hey, Tracy.
Who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Tracy's first question here is, any guidance regarding my current job for the next 6 months?
So I do hear with this job that there is a lot of potential. Standing out is something that you do really well. Keep it professional though, I hear. Okay. So make sure that you aren't sharing too much of your private life or your home life or your like outside of work life. Okay. Keep it professional, they say.
Her next question is, any guidance on how I meet my forever person?
I hear that you're out with a friend, so it does look like you're going to be already out. Either it looks like you're out having coffee or drinks or something. Like it looks like a latte to me, but I don't know exactly. It is some kind of a coffee drink, is what I'm seeing, and it does feel like you're out with a female friend, and you meet your person there. Yeah.
And Tracy's last question is, anything my past loved ones or guides want me to focus on?
I think for you more than anything, the heart chakra, getting yourself ready to be in a loving, committed situation is what they're talking about for you. So really working on the heart chakra. They do show me the green, so work with the color, because the heart chakra is green. So find yourself wearing either green shirts or green necklace or just a lot of green is what they're saying. Okay, honey. And this will help you a lot with getting yourself ready and open to receiving the love that is supposed to come in.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
All right.
And Lily in the fishbowl says, just wanted to say thank you. You've been on the money with everything I've asked.
Aw, thanks for sharing, honey.
All right. Our next question here is from Connie H.
Hey,
Hello
Connie.
Connie. She gets 5 more questions.
Okay.
Her first question here is, what are Levi's feelings for Joanne?
So with Joanne feels to me like a shoulder to not lean on, but this is somebody I talk to or get advice from, is what it feels like. This is somebody who has been around in that way. So my connection isn't it really feels to me very platonic, and it feels to me like it's not, this is the person I go to for information and help. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, can you give me hope in this connection?
With you and Levi, honey, you really don't have to worry. That's what they say. Like, they're very clear about the fact that you two have a connection that is meant to work out. So I hope that can help you feel better. You can't get in the way of destiny, right? So just know that it is meant to happen, and you guys are supposed to connect in a deeper and more impactful way for each other. Okay.
Her next question is, I've been working hard on my healing. Am I getting through what I need to for moving forward? And what is next to heal?
So I would say yes. Some of what I see for you is some inner child work. So I would work on, get into a meditative state and really work on it's about your self-esteem and your self-love, self-care from when you were a child, honey. So really go inside and talk to that inner child about who you are and how you are and about the world today. Okay. There are lots of meditations or lots of things that you can find around inner child work. But that's the next step for your healing, I hear.
Her next question is, what is it in his past that keeps him from coming forward?
Hurt. Right away, they talk about hurt in relationships, not all romantically. Sometimes it's also close friends and family, that type of thing. So there's been a lot of instances where I've been disappointed or where I've been hurt, is what I hear.
All right. And her last question is, she says, please donate.
Aw.
All right. Let's give Connie H a big thank you. She's giving away her last question here to one of you in the comments.
So great, eh?
All right. The first one I see here is from Gerda. Gerda says, when exactly will I meet my soulmate?
So I'm hearing 4 months from now.
All right.
So this year, that's good. Thanks so much, Connie.
Yeah, thank you, Connie, for donating that question. And thank you so much, Lisa, for the flaming hearts.
Thank you so much, honey.
Our next question here is from Michelle Placencia.
Hello again, honey.
Who gets 3 questions.
All right.
Michelle's first question is, hi again,
Hi
Rebecca
again.
and B. It makes me really sad to know he's been slightly physically intimate with someone else. Is this person still around?
No.
All right, her next question is, does he want something with this person, or am I what he wants?
He doesn't want anything with that person at all. Yeah, not the case at all. You always come up, honey. You always come up. You always come back.
And her last question is, does Fernando even have feelings for me? I'm just a bit discouraged now.
Of course he does. Of course he does. That's why you've never actually truly been let go.
All right, thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question is from Tiffany Soto. Who
Hey,
gets
Tiff.
3 questions.
All right.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Her first question here is, Landon hasn't communicated at all. Will I hear from him soon?
Yeah, I hear right away. It doesn't feel to me like it's going to be that much longer. A few days is what they're showing me. Yeah.
All right. Her next question is, has he been avoiding me on purpose, or is he busy?
No, I don't get the sense that he's avoiding you on purpose. I will say should have made the attempt to at least communicate with you over the last week, but I do get not avoiding on purpose. Yeah.
And Tiffany's last question is, any important messages about my connection with Landon?
Well, this is something that is written in your soul contract. So it does feel to me like the two of you have a lot to work through. You have leftover business from other lives. Is your last life. It feels to me like you've got unfinished business there. So that's the connection is quite deep. It's not just something, it's not frivolous is what they're saying to me. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question here is from Sandra Phelps.
Hey
Hello,
again.
Sandra, who gets 3 questions.
Okay.
Her first question here is, what repercussions am I looking at for Monday? I already talked to my manager telling her I wasn't going in on Friday.
So, what it feels to me like is it's going to be a write-up, honey, if you don't go in. I understand the reason behind the energy of it, but I do hear that it probably wouldn't be in your best interest not to. Okay.
Sandra's next question is general.
So, I'm going to give you this. Everything that's going on around the work environment is escalating by one person. So it's one individual is the issue. It's not you. It's somebody else who is causing the significant discord at work. Okay. That is going to come to light, I hear. So it's not, this whole situation is going to end up working itself out. Okay. And everything is going to be coming out in the open.
And Sandra's last question here is, what do my guides need to tell me?
I will say for you, you know that this is a good year. This year is movement forward in the right direction. We have, new life coming in, a very deep connection with your partner. This is, don't get caught up in the drama of things because things are moving in the right direction, even though there is a little bit of hiccups in some stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Sandra. That is it for her.
All right.
All right. And I see that we have made it to 120,000 likes.
Good
Great
job.
You guys are amazing.
Uh-huh.
All right. Before we get to that, I'm just going to quickly go over who's left on the list.
Okay.
And then we can do our 5 free.
Sounds good.
All right.
Good job, everybody.
Yes. Next up on our list is Paula Watkins, then Jen W., then Maria Kulule, then Kimber Pell, then Shelly J. And that's it.
All right.
All right. Now it is time for 5 free questions. Yay.
Good job.
You guys are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Our first free question here is from Carol R., who says, is the OPP coming my way positive and related to work?
Yes.
Our next question is from, let's see here, Ariel, who says, does Pollen have good intentions? Should I trust him? Thank you.
Yeah, I hear you can trust him. Yep.
All right, our next question is from Sharn, who says, when will Dominic and I next communicate with each other?
Next week.
All right, our next question here is from Lisa. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts, Lisa. She says, when will I conceive?
So it looks like it's right around the corner, honey. You already have the energy around you. They're showing me within the next 2 to 4 months. So it could happen as early as 2 months from now. or 4 months from now. It really depends on you, but it's right away. They're showing me.
All right. And our last free question here, just for the moment, possibly for the live, is from Anastasia. Thank you so much for all of those gifts today.
Thank you, honey.
She says, will the company I work for go public?
I hear eventually, yes, they will.
All right. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so
everyone.
much.
You guys are amazing.
Yes, you are.
Our next like goal is 160,000 likes. Once we make there, we'll do another 5 free questions from the comments. And seriously, thank you all so much for all of the tapping you've done today and for all of the gifts. You guys are amazing.
And don't forget to stick around until the end because we do our giveaway for our top gifter, one of our subscribers, and one of you in the audience. Okay, so stick around until the end.
All right.
All right.
Let's get back to our list here. Our next question is from Paula Watkins.
Hey,
Hello,
Paula.
Paula's question here is, will my husband Joey and I reconcile and get back together?
I do hear yes, you will. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Our next question is from Jen W. Jen says, my son and his girlfriend just broke up. Will they finally go separate ways?
Unfortunately, no. So it looks like they will come back together again and then they will break up again. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Our next question is from Maria Kilule. Hello.
Hello.
Maria gets 3 questions here. Okay. Maria's first question is, thank you guys so much.
Oh, you're welcome, honey.
I ran into Tony recently. Will it blossom into something or no?
So what I hear is there is definitely going to be some connection. It isn't your person, so I'm not seeing this being your forever or like even really that serious. It feels a lot more casual. Yeah.
Her next question is, last time you said I was to need someone else special around for June of this year. Will that still happen?
Yes.
And Maria's last question is, I plan to move into a new home sometime this year. Will that happen?
It looks like it will happen in the summertime. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's it for her.
Okay.
Our next question is from Kimber Pell.
Hi again.
Kimber gets 3 more questions here.
Okay.
Her first question is, hello, ladies.
Hello.
How is my mom doing?
So with mom, stress. That's what I hear. Stress. You know, it feels like there is a little bit of confusion and there is a little bit of tension around her. But that being said, everything is going to work out for her. Okay. So everything seems okay in the long run.
All right. Her next question is, do you know what is causing elevated iron? Doctor doesn't seem to think it's much to worry about.
So it looks like the way the system, I agree with the doctor. It looks like it's going to be okay, but it's just the way that the system is breaking down things. So it might just be that you're not necessarily flushing how you need to, or it's not flushing. More fluids would help, is what I hear. Yeah.
All right. And her last question is, will my son Justin be okay after his wife wants to separate?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Kimber. That's it for her.
All right.
And our last question here is from Shelly J. Hello,
hey, Shelly.
She gets 3 questions.
All right.
Shelly's first question here is, did Brad text me February 14th intentionally?
Yes.
Yep. Her next question is, did something happen on his end?
No, not necessarily. No, I don't get the sense. Not what you're asking. No, they're saying no, nothing bad happened on his end. I do hear though, you were important and standing out in his mind. Yeah.
All right, and her last question is: do you still see a meeting a significant other in late spring?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Shelly. That's it for her.
All right.
And that is it for our list here, everyone.
All right.
Thank you all so much, all of you who have stuck around. Now we get to do our giveaways.
Right. All right. So our top gifter is going to get a pull. One of you in the audience and a subscriber as well. I am on Instagram and YouTube. So if you guys aren't already following me there, follow me. Also, I do have an emailing list. So if you do want to be emailed when we have, when we're going live, when the email questions are turned on, or if we have some things coming up, because we have a lot coming up this year that we are excited to share with you guys, I highly recommend you go sign up with our email list. Okay.
All right.
All right. So we're going to do this. If you've been here before, put your name in with a purple heart. If you are brand new, put your name in with a yellow heart. And we're going to start with our subscriber first. Okay, guys?
Give them a moment.
Yes,
here.
I will give them a bit.
Thank you so much, everyone. You guys are amazing.
Yeah, it was a fun live. Thank you.
All right, ready when you are.
Sure. Okay, let's do 4 scrolls for the subscriber.
For our subscriber winner. Ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Our winner is Amber Lee. Amber.
All right, Amber.
You got that horseshoe out again.
Nice. You got an extra question, honey. So you know what to do. Head up to the link in my bio. Go to the I Am a Winner page. Fill out the information there. You want an extra question. Thank you so much for being a subscriber, hon.
And congrats.
All
right, next is our audience
member. Let's do 6.
Sure, sounds good.
Go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Our winner is Whitney A326.
All right, Whitney A326, you won an extra question, honey. So again, you're going to go up to the link in my bio, click the link, go to the I Am a Winner page, fill out the information there. You won an extra question. Thank you so much for sticking around until the end of the live.
Congratulations. All right, now it is time for our
top gifter.
Our top gifter today is Sarah Miller.
Sarah Miller, thank you so much, Sarah. What did you win? It's hard to do that with one hand. You got an extra question. Yay. Thank you so much, Sarah, for all the gifts and everybody for being here and all the gifts you guys gave and just being a part of our live. We love it and it's fun. We won't be back on again today, so email questions are on if you do want to get questions answered. They're done through email just as in depth as they are on the live, so, you know, they're just as good. We'll see you on the next live. Don't forget to sign up for my email list, okay, guys?
All right. Thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.